with the Corps of Engineers, has hit at this kind of peak buildup of when visitors will start to come to the lake.
State Senator Greg Dolezal says the Corps' decision is nonsensical and infuriating, while U.S. Senator John Ossoff called on the White House to take immediate action. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
With many people hitting the road for Memorial Day weekend, the Georgia DOT is suspending all interstate lane closures. The suspension runs from tomorrow at noon through Tuesday, May 27th at 5 a.m. The DOT says it expects the travel rush to pick up this afternoon and continue tomorrow. It is 82 degrees in Atlanta. How many more sunny days before the rain chances return? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. The mother of a 3-year-old found wandering alone in southeast Atlanta is now in custody. The child was suffering from malnutrition and had minor cuts and scratches when he was found on someone's doorstep on Belfort Road overnight. The homeowner called 911 and the 3-year-old was taken to the hospital for treatment. The mother is facing charges and a man is also in custody. The driver charged with killing 8-year-old Addie Pierce at a Henry County bus stop last year takes a plea deal today. Addie's mom, Ashley Pierce, says by declining an earlier plea offer, Kaylee Andre forced the family to relive the nightmare.
We are here because the choice to accept responsibility was not made, forcing us to relive the worst day of our lives.
Andre is sentenced to 15 years with 8 to serve. The Southern Poverty Law Center's latest report on hate and extremism finds the influence of groups that used to be considered fringe is growing.
The report documents more than 1,300 hate and anti-government groups operating in the U.S. SPLC President Margaret Huang says while there's been a 5% decrease in the overall number since 2023, that doesn't mean their appeal is diminishing.
It should be viewed as the successful mainstreaming of these ideologies as they drive decisions at the highest levels of power.
The report recommends several ways to combat these groups, including making hate crime reporting mandatory and supporting diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
2 people are dead. Several more are injured after a small plane crashes into a military housing neighborhood in San Diego. This man lives nearby.
As soon as we heard the crash, I ended up checking, making sure our yard was fine and everything. Then told my wife that I was going to go over, see if anyone needed help. Went over there, saw the debris and everything, then proceeded to go to the houses to go ahead and help evacuate personnel.
Both of those killed were on the plane. The Cessna private jet struck around 15 homes, causing multiple houses and vehicles to catch fire. There was a dense fog at the time of the crash. It is now 3:03. The Von Haessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Travel advisory continues on 85 southbound through Gwinnett into DeKalb County. This crash still in 2 center lanes. 85 southbound Pleasantdale Road, exit 96. Use Buford Highway. On the south side perimeter, we got a crash. 285 northbound, the Interloop Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, exit 9. That knocks out the right lane, slowing you from Highway 166. Traveling through downtown, packed to patience today. It's a jammed packed ride. 85 southbound from 400. 75 starting before Howell Mill, Northside Drive. All that volume continues through downtown to I-20. Northbound delay is heavy from Langford Parkway up into Midtown, causing 20 westbound to be slower from Moreland Avenue. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Mostly sunny today, breezy at times, high 81, lows tonight in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, sunny skies, high 79. Saturday, partly to mostly cloudy with an isolated rain shower possible, high near 80.
77 in Woodstock, 82 in Snellville, 84 in Riverdale. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. Me? I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Haessler. Them? They're the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. The man behind the glass, George Clark. And the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
I see you got that nice button down. You must have been one of Trump's meme coin dinner winners for tonight.
Yeah,
you
I'm all
flying out
dressed
tonight?
up. Yeah. I was worried about being put in federal prison for 25 years, but here's the crazy thing. I found $117 million to invest in Trump's coin. And so I'm going to go down there, and I'm no longer afraid of going to prison. Don't put those things together, you cynical people.
I got it, though. You're off the...
That's this says one
you need
guy.
a tour of the White House, too? People are raising the ethical questions as
well,
to...
listen, come on. Listen, raising the ethical questions, this is a slam dunk. Sorry. And if you're a fan of Trump and you're pretending that you don't think that this is, pay for play, then you know what? I don't need to yell at you. You're just, okay, go on, play the game. Let's debate whether or not a crypto guy who was had the SEC on his behind, and I don't know the case. Maybe if it went to court, maybe he should have not gone to jail. I don't know. All I know is that he was afraid to come back into the country, and tonight he's going to not Mar-a-Lago, but the place in D.C., whatever was his club is around there.
That's right.
So before
for the big meme coin dinner.
Now, what's happened in between? He's put about $117 million into this meme coin. So if you're pretending that you don't know, I'm not going to beat you up. Maybe it doesn't feel good. Way back here, And I'm just going to leave it there. There really is no debate. If I pay $117 million and I'm suddenly don't worry about the fact that I might go to jail and I'm going to meet the president tonight, I mean, you don't have to be a genius.
Trump was saying on Truth
That's the
Social.
good news, is you don't have to be a genius to figure it out. Yes?
He was saying that some of the winners tonight were part of a lottery. Maybe this guy was just part of the lottery.
Yeah. Oh, I'll believe you.
Yeah, everything is chosen at random. All at random.
Yeah, it just happened to one of the 25 was this guy.
Lucky guy.
I have to. I didn't expect to open up with that, but I have to see if it was just the one guy who put in $117 million. Here it is. Chinese-born crypto entrepreneur Justin Sun, founder of the Tron blockchain. That's the one that that actor lives inside of, right? Does he live with Jeff?
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges lives
inside of this blockchain, I think.
It makes sense too. Blockchain, like it's a chain of blocks. And
exactly.
It's all weird.
Well, he's now returned to the U.S. to attend a VIP dinner with President Trump. Sun had previously avoided the U.S. due to investigations by the SEC and the Justice Department concerning allegations of market manipulation and facilitating illicit transactions on the Tron network. Jeff Bridges must have been asleep for a while. Oh, well, here it is. I was wrong. It wasn't $117 million. I'm silly. Sun has invested $75 million in World Liberty Financial, a Trump-affiliated crypto venture, and holds, on top of that, approximately $23 million worth of Trump's meme coin, making him, the largest holder. This investment earned him a spot among the top 25 exclusive, dinner invitees. So, are we going to really have a debate about it? The guy was afraid to come into the country. Again, I know zero about this guy's case. I have no opinion about whether he should go to jail, shouldn't go to jail. Sometimes the SEC overreaches. I just don't know. I have not really looked into the case. But you don't have to be a genius to figure out that if you take about $100 million and split it up between two different things that go to one family, and now you feel perfectly, I really don't have to worry about anything. Not only will I go to the United States, I'll go to the highest profile dinner happening on that evening in the United States. And I guess they really don't know. At the end of the Wall Street Journal article, it said while the SEC paused its lawsuit against Sun earlier this year, raising concerns from lawmakers, the status of the Justice Department's probe remains unclear. Sun denies all allegations. Again, he's innocent until proven guilty. I'm not speaking to his
That's
innocence.
what I say.
Yeah, well, I know, but I'm saying that he's buying access to you.
He's good here for the next 3.5 years, I believe. It'll be fine.
I love the fact that people are, and I love my MAGA moms. Maybe I'll just invite a few over this weekend just to hear the rationalizing of how no, this is good for the little guy.
Have everybody around the pool.
This is populism. Okay, you explain that to me. How is this populism?
You got to pay for populism.
You got to pay to play.
Yeah.
Populism.
It's a pretty good deal tonight, though. Again, they get to play on the Trump National Golf Club over in Virginia.
Yeah, it only cost them $100 million.
They get a personalized tour of the White House, and then they can have dinner. They can have dinner with Trump.
Hey, at least I'm not fleecing the taxpayers.
Well, I guess. Well, I don't know.
And I'm telling you right off the, I'm not hiding it. Look, give me your money, you can have access. It's right out there.
That is the thing. It is so transparent.
I told you I'd be transparent.
It is. I got to give you that. It is just really transparent.
In all caps, it's billed. I'm looking at the invite here. It's the most exclusive invitation in the world.
Yeah, and that guy who was almost in a prison, he got invited after $100 million.
Very nice for him.
It's very good. He might be. Do we love him?
I love him. He's a great guy. I mean, he owns a lot of my meme coin.
He owns more than anybody else.
And you know that meme coin that sank and is now going back up? Tim Andrews, I believe, bought a $20 worth and went down to like $5. And then it went up to 12, and then he got rid of it foolishly, very foolishly, because it could now be worth 25. What a dummy!
But after tonight, who knows?
Well, it could be.
It's going to get on the map.
Tim Andrews was going to be your lottery winner, right?
Well, I invited him to be the caddy, but he's busy at work.
Now, when they did the lottery stuff, is that from the riffraff? Is that from? They're going to make sure there's like three people there that are from that actually cared and supported.
Yeah, there were different tiers.
Yeah.
And so, like the first tier was like the people that paid a lot of money.
Hi, Trump, we're here. Yeah. I'll get to you in just a moment.
The
Big fan of you, sir.
Beautiful
Big fan.
dirtbags. The beautiful dirtbags. I mean, we love the poorly educated freaks.
My niece hates you, and I tell her every time she's dumb.
That's too bad. That's too bad. I mean, she's young. She shouldn't like me. That's okay. But you do, and that's great.
I love you, man.
Yeah, great.
Can
Okay,
do no wrong in my eyes.
come over here and talk to Eric.
They put their entire savings into.
I've drained my 401k, and I bought that corn, and it was the best decision I ever made.
And can I tell you, an investment is a risk, but you're in it for the long haul. Long haul. After tonight,
that's right. Fortune favors the bold.
Pump and dump. Pump and dump. That's what you got to remember. Pump and dump.
Hey, what?
Yeah,
what?
pump and dump.
Now, do they sit at the table with you, Mr. Trump, or do they have a kids table?
I would love to sit next to you, man. I could talk your ear off about
I can
all
tell
kinds of stuff, ideas
you would
I got.
Absolutely love to do that.
I got a lot of ideas about what we could do to make this country great again.
Yeah. How about Eric? Eric Trump is over there at that table. Go talk to him,
and
then
man,
he'll tell
I could meet him.
Yeah, go talk about hunting.
Oh man, thank you so much. I can't. Excuse me.
He killed a buffalo. I don't know. A giraffe.
Is he out there? Of course, he eats them all, right?
I really don't know. I know
Every
he
part of the
has a
giraffe.
rug. He has a rug, and he made a coffee table with its legs.
I guess as long
as you're not wasting.
That's right. That's the important.
And the camel hump, all that fat back there, you
Yeah.
could do wonderful things with all that fat.
Is it just? Is that what it is? Just a large.
Well, that's what it is. It's
deposit of fat.
Fat, so it can, it's in the desert and everything. And
I didn't realize you used
it
some.
can eat.
Wow.
Well, I know a lot
It was
about
full of water or
dromedaries.
something.
I know an awful lot about the dromedaries.
Yeah, so knowledgeable, Mr. Trump.
It's,
Some have one hump, some have two.
Yeah, what's the difference between those two?
One is not a dromedary, I think.
Uh-oh. We have scandal.
Know it all.
All right, George Clark is going to look it up. We, ladies and gentlemen, I know you sense tension on the set, but we're going to figure this out. Which one's a camel and which one's a that word I can never say. Dromedary.
Dromedary.
Yeah, now I can say it.
I like the one with two humps.
You're a two-hump
Two
man.
humps is so weird.
Well, yeah, it's easier
you
to
two
ride.
when it comes to camels, you two
Easier
just
to
do
ride.
not see eye to eye at
Oh,
all.
I'm sorry. I'm the niece of the guy you just met.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one who hates
Yeah,
me.
I'm not a huge fan, but
Oh,
I would
that's
love
right.
to talk about camels all night.
Well, did you notice it make you more of a fan to know that the president you don't like is is a lot about camels?
Do you smoke Camel Wides, the fat cigarettes, the Wides? Those are the good ones. The good ones. What do you smoke? Oh,
She's a Zen girl.
She's a
I
clove.
vape. No, I vape.
Clove cigarettes.
No.
Don't stereotype.
Well, look
Come on, I'm not an elder millennial. I don't smoke cloves. I vape like normal young people.
Reeks of the cloves.
George, what did you find?
Dromedaries have one hump, camels two.
Hey.
Yeah, I told you.
Okay, well.
Well, a camel's a camel.
Okay, no, it's not apparent. A camel's a camel,
Well,
but the two hump.
they're
is
No,
both-
they're called something else.
They're
the two
both
humps.
of the
They're called like
camellia family.
They're called dromedaries.
Camelata family. whatever.
Apparently, dromedary is a two-humped camel.
So why do they
No,
call
a
it
one-hump
a camel?
camel.
Oh, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Except I said it wrong.
Are they both camels?
They're Kamalis. They're
Kamala Harris. One hump or two? I don't know.
She had a lot of fat in the back up there.
All right.
Well,
now,
she was in the
she
desert.
lost.
Hey.
Now, come on.
She's a loser.
Like the
That's,
camel.
a loser.
I don't know. I saw on CNN that you can't say that because people lose their minds.
That's a lot. That's a lot. She's a loser, though.
No.
She lost.
I know she
What do you
lost
say?
that.
What
A
do you-
loser doesn't mean you lost one thing.
Well, in that instance.
I mean,
she's
but you say somebody's a loser. That's like,
That's pretty intense.
She didn't make her way to
Have you
vice
heard
president.
about the lonesome
Oh,
loser?
yeah, that was really tough.
I heard about the lonesome loser. Did you hear? Is he still around?
He still keeps trying.
Yeah, defeats the Queen of Hearts every time.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is it not defeats? Because
Sit down, take a look at yourself.
I forget.
Don't you want to be somebody?
Forget.
If he defeated the Queen of Hearts every time, would he win?
Sometimes he loses. That's why he's lonesome.
I know that, but what's the Queen of Hearts part? What's the beaten?
Beaten by the Queen
Beaten.
of
Do you
Hearts
get
every
it?
time.
Do you get? That's why he'd be a loser, not by
I just was saying
defeating.
I was pressing the gas on the.
I know
words.
you were. I know
Sorry.
you were.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm not accepting
sorry.
it. No,
I'm
you
sorry.
keep saying it. I'm not going to accept your apology.
No, it ought to-
Sorry.
Autumn, that's an interesting observation.
Thank you for the support.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
Lady is a better song.
Lady?
Let me take a look at you now. You're there on the dance floor.
Are these little river band
Little
songs?
river band.
Ah, do
What
we
about
love them?
reminiscing?
Stupid.
You know,
Oh,
yeah.
I love reminiscing.
Trump never reminisces.
Never reminisce.
Just
Friday
keep moving
night, it was
forward.
late, I
Yeah.
was walking
I like
you
the one
home,
about
we got
sailing.
down.
Isn't that Christopher Cross?
No, that
Yeah.
well, yeah, that's a good song. But they have some song like "When You're Out on the Sea Alone."
Yeah.
The albatross and the whale, they are my brother. Cool change.
Trump sings the hits.
Cool change.
Yacht rock
Yeah,
with
the
Donald
cool,
Trump.
the cool sounds of the 70s, sung by your favorite president.
We used to do stuff like that. Didn't
Yeah,
we?
we did the Bernie with the hip hop and the metal.
That's right. Yeah. So
Yeah, we got to do a Trump
we
one.
got to do the cool sounds of the 70s.
Sweet sounds of the 70s.
Yes. Can you do that one that was making bunk? What was that one? The gold. Stevie Nicks sang on it. It was a guy. It was
When
like,
the lights go down in the California town, people are in for the evening. I get into my car and I'm driving really far. I don't know the way.
you know, that's all you got, but it's very good. It's more than I had. You're gonna be all right there. You got to stop smoking, Trump. I mean, Tim.
It's also there's a lot of pollen. It's late spring
It is
pollen.
late spring
Grass
pollen.
pollen's
And
bad.
you have a lot of
Certainly
stress
is.
going on. I mean,
I
it's
do
a
have
lot
a
of
lot
things
of
going
stress,
on.
yes.
I mean, you're trying to fix South Africa
Saw a
along
copperhead
with.
on the street the other night. It was very scary.
You got the big.
Hey, 19.
Hey, 19. Hey, 19.
In my head, I can't. There's a parody song we did about Southside Steve,
Oh,
and those
yeah,
lyrics
yes.
are in my head before the Hey 19.
So you got to wash those lyrics out, and then you got to put in the Trump just doing the songs.
So
No.
you grab a piece of something that you think is gonna last. Well, you wouldn't even know a diamond if you held it in your hand. The things you think are precious, I can't understand. Are you reeling in the air?
All right, okay.
Year of
I
the
like
cat.
this little Steely Dan here. Okay.
Oh yeah, you're the cat. How about that? This
On a
is the whole
morning
show.
on a Bogart movie.
No, this is the whole show now. We're just gonna yell out 70
You
songs
go
for
walking
Trump.
through the crowd like Peter Lorre. La da 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 da. The year of the cat. Time passages.
Yeah.
Buy me a ticket
Not
on
a
the last.
one.
What?
Okay.
You just got a text from the PD. Knock it off.
No.
I don't know that song, Barrett.
Apparently,
Look at what he held up.
probably something.
Stupid 98 Braves. Like, I would know that.
Oh yeah.
My brain shuts it off when you play it.
I know there's that one dumb part where so in chipper
Oh, yeah.
and chipper
Chipper.
and chipper. All right, the big beautiful bill, which by the way,
Big Beautiful Bill Act.
right when you told me that, I thought this was colloquial. I did not know that it is officially being called the Big Beautiful Bill Act. We are living in a cartoon now. We're just living in a cartoon. I did not realize that was the official name, the Big Beautiful Bill Act. Oh, wait. This is
What's
absurd.
wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
Well, I just, it's fine. I just thought it was your nickname for it. Like it's a big, beautiful
was.
bill. I didn't know
was.
that it was like it'll go down in history known as the Big Beautiful Bill Act.
Oh yeah, like omnibus is better.
Now, are you talking?
Hey, it's the omnibus.
Are you talking about like a guy named Bill?
Boy, oh boy, these are good-looking guys.
Yeah, look at that good-looking guy. Look at him go, Big Beautiful Bill. By the way, Big Beautiful Bill is Sweet William now.
Oh, is that what you call?
Little Van Halen for you there.
So,
but look at it go. Jeez, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, you're a little creepy about
little
it. Little
beefcake.
You're a little creepy about your Big
Like
Beautiful
a Chippendale dancer. So sexy. It's the sexiest bill that's ever been, brought up here. Maybe
It's very curvy. It's curvy.
Well, it's curvy, and wow, it's boom, ba, ba, boom.
I think you're fetishizing this bill a little
Well,
bit.
God, you know what it'll do? It'll rock your world, right? Guys, do you need a big, beautiful bill in your life? Well, good news, because Donald Trump has just given you president. By the way, your favorite president has given you the biggest, most beautiful bill that you'll ever see. That's right, Bill. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. All right, fellas, get those dollar bills out. Snap is on the main stage. Snap. Shake it, snap. Salt on the satellite stage. Beautiful salt. Look at it shake. Shake it, salty. The 2017 tax cuts. Up next, guys. Get those dollar bills. I mean,
show it how you feel, huh?
Good looking bill, right, guys and gals? I mean, we're open to everybody. We don't
you.
discriminate, but that is the sexiest bill. Oh, those shorts are a little tight. Is it a cucumber? No, it's all bill.
Boy, oh boy, these are good-looking guys.
Well, boy, these are good-looking bills.
Really, really objectified this omnibus bill.
Oh, flip through the pages. Lick your fingers first so nothing is missed. It's a big sticky bill, that's right. Ice is on the main stage. Ice. Ice, you think he's cool? He is cool. He's cool like Fonzie, but he's also hot.
Shake it, don't break.
Shake it, don't break it, Ice. You're so beautiful. Oh, look. There's a judge in the back. Oh, he doesn't like Bill very much, does he? Well, he's left out. He didn't pay the cover fee.
Give him a lap dance. Come
Yeah,
on.
no free lap dances. I don't care if you're one of those activist judges. But sweet
drop your linen.
Bill, yeah, hey, go to the champagne room. Take Snap with you.
So what? The Big Beautiful Bill Act, as it's officially known in this cartoon world we live in.
Triple B's. I prefer triple D's, but triple B's are okay.
Got through the House, right? And there's one Republican. Is it Thomas Massey? Is the
There were two Republicans. There was one from Ohio as well too that did
Right.
not vote for it, and somebody fell asleep too. It did not make it. To
somebody
the vote.
fell asleep?
Yeah, somebody fell asleep and did not.
I'm
make
sure
it to
one
the
of the
vote.
younger members of the House.
What, the guy is in his 60s?
Just fell asleep.
Yeah, like, because the actual vote happened around like 2 a.m. or something, and one of these, they have 3 members they can lose, and 2 of them voted no. The other one didn't make it, so they suspect that he fell asleep at his office.
Yeah.
Sleepy guy. Boy, sleepy friend.
I guess
Thomas Massey's at the strip club across the street.
Boy, oh boy, these are good-looking guys.
Boy, oh boy.
But the Senate is saying, Trump, that they're not gonna pass it the way it is. So.
Because you got a bunch of rhinos in the Senate. Well, we'll primary all of them and lose forever.
Thomas Massey. We have time to hit something.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of, went after this whole
Oh,
thing.
I
And
got a beard now.
I
Big
gotta
deal.
say,
He's looking like Rand Paul, like a younger Rand Paul.
Well, they both come out of Kentucky, and they're the only people that has
Pube head.
don't put their fingers up to the wind, and decide how to vote. And so now they're bad guys. And in the future, because they don't put their finger up to the wind, they'll end up voting with you, and you'll suddenly think they're good guys, and you'll think they're flip-flop because you don't understand what it means to be consistent. And so now Thomas Massey's a bad guy because he's saying the same thing today that he said last year and 3 years before that and 2 years before that. He's a bad guy now. So
Well, I'd love to stand here and tell the American people, we can cut your taxes and we can increase spending and everything's going to be just fine. But I can't do that because I'm here to deliver a dose of reality. This bill dramatically increases deficits in the near term, but promises our government will be fiscally responsible 5 years from now. Where have we heard that before? How do you bind a future Congress to these promises? This bill is a debt bomb ticking. Congress can do funny math, fantasy math, if it wants, but bond investors don't. And this week, they sent us a message. Moody's downgraded our credit rating, And the bond investors who buy our debt and finance our debt demanded higher interest rates on the 10-year note, the 20-year note, and the 30-year note. What does this mean? Very soon, the government will be paying $16,000 of interest alone per U.S. family. And what are we telling them? Instead of taking care of that problem, we're going to give you a $1,600 tax break. Under the taxing and spending levels in this bill, we're going to rack up, the authors say, $20 trillion of new debt over the next 10 years. I'm telling you, it's closer to $30 trillion of new debt in the next 10 years. Mr. Speaker, we're not rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic tonight. We're putting coal in the boiler and setting a course for the iceberg. If something is beautiful, you don't do it after midnight. I oppose this bill.
All right, that last part I disagree with. It's like, plenty of beautiful things have happened after midnight, but
sometimes when you're alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody finally leaves,
or it went to sleep.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, these are good-looking guys.
Boy, oh boy, what a dummy from Kentucky. All those Kentucky guys, rhinos.
The rhinos for caring about the now. I think that the reason we played that in full is because that's a voice that should be listened to, and I'll tell you something that I know absolutely will not be. And if anybody starts listening to him, you'll just call him stupid, and
Rhino,
make fun of his hair or something
jerk,
like that.
Pube head.
We've gone after him before,
and then the soldiers will get behind him and go, "Yes, sirree." I don't know who he is. I don't know this Thomas Massey. First time I ever heard his name, but I don't like him. I don't like him because the guy I like doesn't like him. And that's it. That's all I need. Thomas Massey, he's un-American. I mean, this is the first time I've ever heard of him. But you know what? Politically speaking, this is how I think. The guy that I like, don't like him. So me, don't like him.
This is Scott Slade. If your air conditioning system isn't running just right, let me share what I know to be true about Ragsdale Heating and Air. Great people, many with the company for 10, 20, even 30 years. And if you need a new system, take advantage of up to $1,700 off a new Carrier home comfort system. And it comes with Ragsdale's trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. Ragsdale's the name I know you can trust for plumbing, electrical, and insulation, too. Schedule your visit online at ragsdaleair.com or call them. Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers, to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
Okay, so I want to tell you guys about the Memorial Day tent sale at Georgia Spa Company. So you've been thinking about getting a hot tub or a sauna, maybe a swim spa, even a cold plunge. Those are huge these days. Well, you're not going to find a better time of year to save thousands bringing that relaxation home. Now look, the Georgia Spa Company Memorial Day tent sale is going to end on Memorial Day. Visit GeorgiaSpaCompany.com to find the showroom near you. So come on out today to save thousands at Georgia Spa Company's Memorial Day tent sale.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top local story, a mother now facing child cruelty charges after a 3-year-old son is found wandering on Belford Road in southeast Atlanta. Lakeisha Holmes is arrested along with the child's stepfather, Andre Roundtree. Atlanta police say he became combative with officers during his arrest. The child was suffering from malnutrition with minor scratches and lacerations. He remains at Hughes Spalding Hospital. Emotions are high in a Henry County courtroom today as a woman enters a plea in the death of an 8-year-old girl who was killed at a school bus stop last year. The mother of Addie Pierce says lives have been changed forever.
I stand here today seeking accountability for the actions that have undeniably broken the lives of everyone before you. All at the cost of my precious, innocent 8-year-old.
Kaylee Andre receives a 15-year sentence with 8 to serve. The deadly accident led to the creation of Addie's Law in Georgia, which stiffens penalties for people who illegally pass school buses. We're learning more today about the man accused in the shooting outside of the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. CBS's Anna Schechter reports the suspected gunman was not on law enforcement radar.
This is a 30-year-old man from Chicago. Police didn't turn up any past interactions with law enforcement so far. So, to the best of our knowledge, he didn't have any red flags.
2 people are dead. Both victims worked at the Israeli embassy in Washington. With the unofficial start of summer coming this weekend, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is reducing the number of recreation sites on Lake Lanier to be temporarily closed. Georgia Congressman Rich McCormick says all boat ramps will remain open, and 11 recreational sites will close temporarily, not the 21 originally planned. Lake Lanier Stacy Dixon says any closures this time of year are bad.
Sadly, the timing of some closures of parks with the Corps of Engineers has, hit at this kind of peak buildup of when visitors will start to come to the lake.
Lake Lanier has more than 70 recreational areas. It is now 3:32. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Travel advisory on the west side perimeter, 285 northbound, the inner loop, Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, exit 9, crash in 2 right lanes. You're jammed up back before Highway 166, Langford Parkway. If you think about using 7585 north as an alternate, that's slow as well from Highway 166, Langford Parkway, trying to make your way north of I-20. Southbound delays already about 30 minutes out of Buckhead down to I-20. 85 south brake lights find you at North Druid Hills Road. And on the south side, 675 southbound, you're in recovery mode out of Ellenwood down into Stockbridge. Crash cleared at Highway 42, exit 2. Northbound, a crash in the right lane, 675 north at Highway 138, but luckily only causing a very brief tap of the brakes there. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunny skies today, breezy with a northwest wind gusting 25 miles per hour. Today's highs 81, lows tonight in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 79. Saturday, partly to mostly cloudy with an isolated rain shower possible, high near 80.
Right now, 80 in Ackworth. It's 79 in Lawrenceville, 83 in Hampton. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Metallica in the round. The M72 World Tour continues. Live from the 50-yard line of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. One night only. June 3rd. Metallica. Special guests, those cowboys from hell, Pantera. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? And Suicidal Tendencies. Tickets on sale now. Available at Ticketmaster.com. Metallica in the rounds. The M72 World Tour continues. Presented by In Kind.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Turn your backyard into your family's favorite hangout to have fun, entertain, and celebrate the summer in a Bullfrog hot tub from Brown's Pools and Spas. Only Bullfrog offers the Jetpack Therapy system, allowing you to customize each seat to fit every body in your family. Right now, shop the Memorial Day hot tub sale. Instant rebates up to $2,500 or a free audio upgrade on select models. Hurry, offer ends May 27th. You'll be so glad you went to Brown's Pools and Spas. BrownsPools.com.
Hey, it's Belinda. When I built my home 21 years ago, I called Arrow Exterminators. And guess what? Still no bugs. Spring pests are here. Termites, mosquitoes, ants. But Arrow's got you covered with the most effective and environmentally friendly solutions available. And they offer a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com for your free pest inspection. And tell them Belinda sent ya.
I was going to say that it's gaslighting, but I think the word gaslighting is being used.
Oh, it's overused.
But it's just being used. It just means people messing with you now. But that's not what gaslighting was. Convincing you that what I'm saying I think is true, but I know that I'm just trying to get a reaction out of you. That's gaslighting, but it seems to be used in a lot of different ways. It's just like it seems to be like just now. It just means just messing with.
Yeah,
I was reading
it's
an
supposed
article.
to be like your thing is not the thing that you're perceiving as reality is like not true.
And it's because of me. I'm fooling you. That's gaslighting.
Yeah.
I'm fooling you into thinking something's real that isn't. And now it just means just messing with people.
Like I caught you
Gaslighting.
cheating on me, and you're trying to tell me it's not a big deal, and like I didn't really catch you.
Right. I don't see. I don't
That's
think
not
that's not
gaslighting.
that's something else. Denying, that's something else. Gaslighting, we talked about this before. It comes from that movie, I'm pretty sure, called Gaslight. In that movie, I think there's an inheritance that can be gotten or something. I can't remember what the reason is, but the husband wants to commit the wife somehow or something, but he wants her to believe that she's going crazy. So he changes when she's not looking. He flickers the gas light in the house. And he turns her down. And then whenever she goes to him and says, "Hey, this is going on," he says to her, "That's not happening at all." So he would manipulate the lights and make her think. And then if that kept happening over and over again, she started to believe that she was going crazy. And which was what he wanted, but I can't remember exactly what the plot point. If she's committed, he gets money. I can't remember exactly what the reason
Yeah,
was.
that's pretty dang close. I mean, it says here, gaslighting is where a person manipulates another person, often in a relationship, to doubt their own sanity, reality, or memory.
Manatee.
Aren't they beautiful? Do we love the manatee?
I love the manatee.
Big, beautiful.
They just float. Are they the sea cow? Is it a sea cow?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, sea cows. Beautiful.
It
Can't
goes-
milk them.
You can't.
Well, you could, but I don't know why.
Very
You would
difficult.
wanna.
It goes on to say it's a manipulative tactic used to control someone by making them believe they are crazy,
Right.
overreacting, or imagining.
But
things.
that's the actual definition. We're in 2025 where we have the way that we use things, where definitions really don't matter. And then when the entire language gets watered down, people say things like, "Well, language evolves." Yes, it does, but it doesn't have to get more and more idiotic. Evolving actually would go the other way.
I don't know. If Shakespeare saw the way that, or heard the way that we spoke, he'd probably think we're a bunch of idiots.
I don't think he walked around speaking like that.
You don't think so?
I don't even know that he walked around, but that's a whole other thing.
What, do you have a wheelchair?
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm sure they had some great ones back in 1595. Did they have wheelchairs in 1595?
I think they had some sort
Or
of.
was it might have been like a kind of a thing, like you have to get
At
on
least
the back
crutches,
of
you know.
crutches. Did they have those in 1595?
I would assume.
What about like little Timmy?
The first.
That wasn't 1595. That was
When was that? Nobody knows.
Hang on.
Nobody knows. Charles Dickens was like 1860s, 70s, 80s. I don't know, somewhere there.
The first clearly recorded wheelchair was made for King Philip II of Spain in 1595.
All right. Okay, one guy in the world had one. One guy. Oh, it was right in 1595.
But the modern one wasn't invented till 1655. The modern prototype.
Well,
Still good.
So, yeah, there you go. What are you trying to say? How would
I
you
don't know.
correct?
How did people get around before? They crawl?
I think you
Maybe
would have
someone
had
got carried him.
like a cart or something, right? You would have like what do you call those carts? Like at the beginning of the Life of Brian, bring out your dead.
Oh, yeah.
like something
Like
like,
a
that.
cart?
Wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow.
Yeah, kind of thing like that. Yeah, put grandma in the wheelbarrow and take her down to the.
I'm not dead.
Well, no, I'm not saying you're dead.
Take her to the river to get a bath.
We're going.
I feel happy.
We're going to the beheading. We're getting. It's a family outing.
Oh,
What a life that must have been. It's like there's a beheading. Oh, hey. All right,
Let's
get the
go.
picnic boxes ready to go. Let's go.
Better
Pack
than
away.
sitting in your house watching the candles burn.
Yeah, it's better than that. It is better than that.
Something to do.
And you gotta. I wonder. It's not a good time to be alive, except that you could say I saw the first King Lear. you can take that to the grave with you. Oh, I saw the very first actor who ever played Hamlet, and I asked him if he
was
knew.
great.
I asked him if he knew who William Shakespeare was, and he said, "No, I've never met him."
I'm just making a farthing for this.
And do we know who that actor was? The first big. Are you gonna? I know. I'm trying to.
Oh, it's a quiz. Okay.
Well, I'm one of those people who calls a quiz when I know that I know the answer. So it's kind of just a reason to show
So
off.
Laurence Olivier.
Yes, in 15 or
that.
1601 or whenever it was usually Richard Burbage was he was the first big actor.
You're
that
making
was,
up that name.
George just looked it up. Richard Burbage. Thank you.
He is
very much.
neither confirmed nor denied. Are you confirming?
That's
I confirm.
that's why we know that the man from Stratford had some kind of connection to the Globe. And what was the other one he had? Blackfriars.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I don't know.
I'm just saying, I just need somebody to look to as I talk.
This
That's
guy
all.
looks like Louis C.K., Richard Burbage.
I imagine it was a drawing, right? I mean, it was not a time of photography back then.
They're probably related.
Was it? Did he have a photograph taken in 1605
Yeah, he looks
or
a little
something?
bit like Louis C.K.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He does have a Louis C.K.
Those genes run strong.
In the ridiculous, weird will, Shakespeare does leave a couple pennies to a couple of actors that are in these. So he had some connection. We just don't know if he was actually the guy who was writing the stuff. Although some people say, Eric, you're an idiot. And I respond, you're probably right. But that has nothing to do with whether or not William Shakespeare actually wrote those plays.
And all this came
Those
from
two things are not connected.
And all this comes from gaslighting because this one person on X wrote me. You ready for this?
Well, boy, these are good-looking guys.
All right, go ahead.
Yes.
Matt on X says, at Jared, he says, y'all need to play Thomas Massey's solution. He does have one, right?
All right, snarky. This is what goes on for debate. Is we played a very reasonable objection that Thomas Massey had, basically saying, I know I'm going to lose this, but there's an avalanche coming, and I'm just trying to warn you of it. And for none of this, no applause for warning us of the avalanche. Up there, I think Thomas Massey, he just woke up and he just don't like Trump, and he's just going against Trump because it's Trump, and he just. I think Thomas Massey's solution is don't do this. Don't do this, because what's happening right now is the same thing that always happens, Republicans and Democrats. They're not willing to cut the programs that need to be cut in order to have tax cuts, in order to do other things. We got to spend $1 trillion a year on the military, right? I mean, you can't touch that.
Of course.
I mean, if we were really patriotic, we'd go $1.5 trillion. But the way that we've got
The
a lot of
liberals
people-
won't let us go that
We
high.
obviously aren't spending the $3 trillion a year that we should if we really cared about the country. So we can't touch that. And, we can't even, and so it's going to be difficult even to get these cuts of able-bodied people getting benefits. That nobody wrote the bill for the benefits when they wrote the bill for the benefits, so able-bodied people in their mid-30s could collect. But the media is going to just give you a number. That's the thing. That's the thing to look for out of this. Like when you go to the Medicare thing, they'll just say 8 million people are going to lose their benefits. What, are they all the same? so it's like they're not going to break it down. They're not going to let you know that 2.5 million of those. I just pulled that number out. So whatever the number is of those people are able-bodied, and put you in the position to debate and argue to me that why? Come on, man. Argue for the things you believe. If you believe able-bodied people in their 30s should get benefits, stop hiding behind 8 million and tell me why we taxpayers should pay for able-bodied people to get benefits. If you believe in something, back it up, stand up, debate, and tell us why. But people who believe in that don't want to do that because they don't think they'll win the argument. So instead, they'll just say, 8 million people are going to... Well, how many of those people are able-bodied? That's what I want to know. And then if you think that able-bodied people should get benefits, stand up, stop being a coward, come up with an argument, and tell us all why taxpayers should pay for able-bodied people to get benefits.
It pays to have the WSB Radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
Oh my God.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances a day to win $5,000.
It's the Blitz.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5 p.m.
Oh, that's cool.
From 95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB Radio app now.
Hey, is your air conditioning starting to talk to you as things get warmer? This is Scott Slade. Well, if it is, then you should be talking to Ragsdale Heating and Air now. Let me tell you why. These are the guys I've trusted for many years. It comes down to they're great people, many with the company for 10, 20, even 30 years. I look forward to having Ragsdale Heating and Air technicians in my home. They take care of the little things before they become big problems, like the filter I forgot to change. And if you need a new system, this is a great time to take advantage of up to $1,700 off a new Carrier home comfort system. And since it's Ragsdale, you know it's going to come with their trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. 15 years. Ragsdale's the name I know you can trust for plumbing, electrical, and insulation needs, too. I've used them all, and I always come away impressed. Schedule your visit online at ragsdaleair.com or give one of their friendly customer service reps a call. Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust.
Passion. It's the difference between getting it done and being exceptional. For your home's exterior renovation, hire a company passionate about your project. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus.
Hi, I'm Charlie. My passion for high-quality remodeling began when I started my business at just 15. Now we have grown to the Plus family of businesses. If you hear the Plus, it's us.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
This Memorial Day, we take a moment to remember the brave men and women who gave their lives for our country, so we can live free. I'm Jeff Jr., CEO of Trajan Wealth and a Marine Corps veteran. My wife Brenda and I both served, and we actually met on a blind date at Camp Lejeune. Serving our country was an honor, but Memorial Day reminds us of those who gave everything. To the families who carry that loss, you have our deepest respect. To veterans, first responders, and the loved ones who support them, we salute you. As you enjoy the day with friends and family, we hope you'll also pause to reflect on the meaning behind it. If there's ever anything we at Trajan Wealth can do to support those of you who share our values, it would be our honor and privilege to help. Visit TrajanWealth.com to learn more. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
For over 8 years now, QC Kinetics has been the nation's leader in non-surgical relief for joint pain with over 50,000 satisfied patients. People with knee and back pain now living pain-free, shoulder and hip pain gone. Hey, it's Mark here. What they're doing is nothing short of remarkable. They're using regenerative cell therapy to restore the tissues in your achy joints. They're using biologic growth factors with robust healing properties carefully and strategically placed in your joint. It's a powerful and potent way to give your joints new life, repairing that old tissue. Best part, with QC Kinetics, no drugs, no surgery, and there's no downtime. This is an all-natural, cellular level option with lasting relief. The patient satisfaction reports are astonishing. Call QC Kinetics now and learn about these cutting-edge treatments that can help you live your best life, truly your best pain-free life. Call 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
JIC, Flat Face Seal, BSP, and DEN. If you know what these are, then listen up.
I'm Victoria Holloway. We can replicate hose assembly on site with Mobile Hydraulics of Georgia.
Call 770-HYD-HOSE or try our website, HYDHOSE.com.
Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is hiring residential garage door technicians and installers. You can earn a hiring bonus up to $2,500. Apply today at overheaddooratlanta.com. overheaddooratlanta.com.
I know it's the Thursday before Memorial Day weekend. And
doing MomoCon this weekend?
MomoCon?
Yeah.
What's that? What's
So
that?
the Georgia-
I've been to the MooMooCon. That is, but I was just there just to, try to pick somebody up. I was just
Get your own Mrs. Roper.
That's what I was doing. What's the
MomoCon's
MomoCon?
kinda
Is,
like
hold on, let me figure it out. Momo.
You won't from that.
I won't. Is it fashion?
No,
No.
it's
Is it-
animation. Anime.
Yeah. It's kind of
Oh.
like a Dragon Con light.
But it's mostly anime.
But where does the Momo come from in the anime?
Maybe
Is
the
it just
name-
something people call anime Momo now, or where does that come from?
Well, I don't know.
It's a great question.
No, answer the question, Tim.
I don't know.
You're the one who volunteered the information.
I just know what it's
Oh,
called,
the spotlight's on you, Tim. Why don't you tell everybody exactly why it's called Momo?
I figure Tim is doing the Popcast live from MomoCon.
Yeah, how come the Popcast isn't that pop culture Momo? Momo Pop?
They offered me a bunch of guests, and I said I want this one, and then I never heard back.
You never heard back because you wanted the animator of that.
Momo is Japanese for peach, and it's the host state, Georgia, so it's PeachCon.
Oh,
appropriate.
Look
So
at
cool.
that. You learn something new every day. And you forget 3 things every day, so you end up actually losing.
Dromedary.
Yeah, there'll be a little. We're
Back
doing
train.
Huh?
Or Bactrian.
Huh?
Well, that's what the other camel is called, Bactrian.
A
One's
Bactrian
draw-
Campbell with 2 humps, you're right.
Yes.
Bactrian.
Yes. And
right.
thank you, Anne, for telling me that peach in Japanese is Momo.
Wow, look
Momo.
at that. All right, very good. Well, that's nice. So it's basically
Yama
an anime.
Momo. It's Yama Peach.
Yama Picho.
Yama peach.
Yama Picho.
Yama peach.
Hey, that would fit perfectly with my hillbilly roots right
I
there.
know.
Yama Momo.
I know. Suddenly you're going more like Italian at that point. Yama
Yama
Pichi.
Momo.
No,
Yama
Yama
Mo-
Picho.
Yama Picho.
Yama Picho.
Yama Picho.
I think that's just a term of endearment. Let's be
Yeah.
really good friends. Oh, my Yama Picho. Ah.
Picho for short.
A lot of people are going to be traveling on this Memorial Day weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't say.
It was news to me. It was news to me. I was reading
I
and
thought
I
people were
found
going to be
out.
staying at home.
No, you would be wrong. That's what I thought. It turns out, did you guys know this? On Memorial Day weekend, people travel.
Get out.
A lot. Yeah, I think they see it as like the beginning of the summer or something.
On foot?
Yes, mostly. It's really, for some people, it's more of an exodus than a vacation, I guess. I don't know.
pilgrimage.
But people are on the move. That's the most important thing. And they're going to be on the roads. At the point that couldn't I just say 45 million? Is it really important to say 45.1 million people?
45.1,
Well, that one-
please.
Yes.
What is that?
You don't want to leave people out.
It'll be, what does the 1 stand for? Would it be
Yeah, is it
100,000?
1,000?
That's right.
100,000?
100,000 people that you're
Oh,
leaving out.
That's right.
So
okay.
you got to include it.
You know what? 100,000 people, that's 100,000 souls. You're absolutely correct. I'm not just going to act like that's a
Their blood
rounding
bleeds
error.
red, just like yours.
They breathe
They're
air just like you, Autumn
One leg at
Fisher,
a time with their pants.
and stuff.
They're traveling too.
The worst. I like Autumn being like the worst person with like the not really malaprops, but
not remembering how they
this
go.
guy. With the stuff. What did
They
you
have
say?
their pants on with their legs.
With the leg and stuff. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They've got two in the hand while there's a bush and the rocks
The other stuff. Absolutely.
in a glass house.
Absolutely.
With bootstraps.
Yeah.
There's going to be a few more people flying than usual, but not that many. It's at 39.4?
I saw some deals into Newark.
Where's everybody going?
Oh, no. What's that? Where are they all going? It's interesting because when people leave, like people from Atlanta, let's say they decide we're going to go to Chicago, right? And then people who live in Chicago, they're like, hey, let's go to Atlanta.
They got Jazz Fest this weekend, too. There's a lot of cool stuff
There's
going
a
on.
big piece of granite I want to stare at.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to walk that trail.
Yeah.
Atlanta does
And try not to get killed by whoever's evading the law at that particular time.
Talking to my friends that live in other cities outside of Atlanta, they do buzz about the stuff that's going on, like Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July.
Who
They
buzzes?
Our friends that live outside of
Our friends who live outside.
of
Who are our
Atlanta.
friends? Can you name? Who are our friends who live
Excuse
outside
me,
of Atlanta?
My
Our
friends
Thank you.
that live outside of
Thank
Atlanta,
you.
they're always like, wow, I didn't know that you guys had a Jazz Fest.
Don't put your friends in my mouth. But what?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Autumn taught me that one.
Chill out,
Yeah.
Diddy.
Yeah, what's the latest thing with him?
Put your baby
Apple
oil down.
pie or something.
Yeah, he was like apple pie. Was he paying people to shove it into his ears while he watched his wife and a bus driver make reservations for dinner? Whatever it was. I mean, there's nothing that comes out of that trial that would surprise me at this point. Now,
It's love, Eric.
so far, I'm not following it all that close, but you can't get away from it. Have we gotten to the things that are definitely illegal yet? I mean, and I'm asking this genuinely because I'm not paying as much attention, but a lot of the stuff that I've seen has just been, wow, this is freaky. This is freaky.
The thing I've heard the most about is domestic abuse.
Right, and I think that's
In that
that's
hotel
where
room, or the hotel footage.
yeah, but see I think that their plan with Diddy, the Diddy's lawyers, is to cop to that. What they're trying to say is, yes, there was some domestic violence, and he's guilty of that. But they're trying to say that all this other stuff with the human trafficking, that everything that went on in the freak-offs was basically consensual. And I'm always, I'm sorry, and I'm not blaming the victim or anything like that, but like with the male dancer who, he was like on call, and every time they called him, he kept showing up. I just don't, look, I needed money at one point, but if you go to do a job and you feel like you're being abused, I would not go back the next time. Or I would say, you know what? It's worth the money. I've done the pros and cons. And I think it's worth the money.
Do you think he's just saying like I was there and this is what happened, and not like I was a victim?
No, I think he's one of the people. I'm pretty sure. Isn't he one of the people making the charges? I don't know. I'm not watching.
I think he's one of the three. Right? There's three.
So, and for me, I just don't understand that. And maybe it's
Maybe it was
something.
the very last one where he was like this.
Yeah, you know what? That's
the one I'm talking about. The other ones are I didn't like them, but okay.
Yeah, it was the 23rd freak-off where they just went too far.
By the way, he likes
one bottle of baby oil too much.
Right, that was one more too much.
He likes to put applesauce on his cheeseburgers, and he puts applesauce on everything.
And including his wife, and you say?
Well, then he was at a hotel with some girl named Gina, and he was throwing apples at her.
Oh, okay. Well,
Jared.
Well, I'm triggered. I couldn't ever go to a Diddy party, I guess.
No, I guess we're going to find. We now know that we're not going to find out that Jared Yamamoto is there.
I'm not on the list.
He is.
I would have died.
He does not like apple play.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Vince Colonnese is redefining news talk with The Vince Show.
Hi, I'm Vince Colonnese, host of The Vince Podcast. It's a show with an obsessive focus on what's good for America. I'm bringing you the truth beneath the headlines of all of the nation's top stories. We feature newsmaking interviews with the top guests on the whole planet. And I'll ask the questions you only dream of other interviewers asking. Do you like being informed, engaged, and entertained? Good. You are going to love Vince.
The Vince Show and Vince Podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
You still want a new deck on your house, but you think you may have missed a deck building window? Well, you're wrong. Dave Baker here for Ben Hill Renovations, my deck experts. What makes them my experts? Well, for starters, when you have Ben Hill Renovations upgrading your outdoor living space, you're dealing with professionals. You have a company building to code, current and future. You have a company pulling permits when needed, with a dedicated project manager for every job, superior craftsmanship from over 60-plus years of experience, and all backed by their workmanship warranty. Whether you want a screened-in porch, an outdoor living area, a multi-story wraparound deck, or just a simple deck with a set of stairs, Ben Hill Renovations has you covered. Plus, they offer multiple financing options, up to 18 months, no interest with affordable monthly payments. Check out their new website at bhrenovations.com and set up an appointment, or visit their showroom and speak with a designer. You won't be disappointed. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story, a mother is arrested after her 3-year-old child is found wandering in the street in southeast Atlanta.
I just found a little kid out in my front yard at my door. He couldn't be about 3 or 4.
The caller to Atlanta 911 describes a screaming, crying small stranger in his front yard with a bloody scrape on his head.
What color shirt and pants is he wearing?
He don't have on any. He just have on underwear and got a blanket around him.
The boy was taken to the hospital with defects now stepping in too. Atlanta police say his mother and stepfather, 30-year-olds Lakeisha Holmes and Andre Roundtree, were taken to jail on charges of second-degree child cruelty and reckless conduct. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
83 degrees in Atlanta, sunny again tomorrow before rain chances return. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. All new this hour, the embattled mayor of the city of South Fulton is indicted for criminal trespass. Mayor Khalid Kamau faces the misdemeanor charge in connection with an incident from July of 2023 when he was accused of entering a home on Cascade Palmetto Highway without permission. Kamau, who also goes by Mayor Kobe, has been accused in South Fulton of misusing city money. He announced last month he will not seek re-election. Plenty of tears at a hearing in Henry County today as the woman who killed a little girl at a school bus stop is sentenced.
Kaylee Andre wept openly during the proceedings, recounting the events of last February when she ignored flashing bus signals and struck 8-year-old Adeline Pierce. The emotional proceedings included a victim impact statement from Addie's mom, Ashley.
My forgiveness does not negate the profound consequences of Kaylee's recklessness. Therefore, Your Honor, I pray that the sentence you deliver today reflects the gravity of her actions.
Judge Holly Neal sentencing the remorseful Andre to 15 years with 8 to serve, followed by probation. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
An Atlanta police lieutenant faces sexual battery charges after he's accused of groping a rideshare driver. 45-year-old Kyle Kleinhens was booked into the Fulton County Jail earlier this week. The rideshare driver tells police she picked up Kleinhens from a bar on Howell Mill Road over the weekend. He was off duty at the time. She says he touched her inappropriately during the ride, forcing her to pull over and call for help. Kleinhens is relieved of his duty, and an investigation is now underway. A new report on hate in the U.S. The Southern Poverty Law Center finds more than 1,300 hate or anti-government groups operating in our country.
The report documents 50 of these groups are operating in Georgia, while the overall number nationwide is down 5%. The SPLC finds that's because these groups feel their views are more mainstream. Georgia NAACP President Gerald Griggs.
I think the most important impact that
that's happening at the local and state level is the feeling on the ground that we are going backward.
The report recommends supporting civil rights programs and making hate crime reporting mandatory as two ways to address the spread of these groups. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
San Diego officials now confirmed there were deaths after a small plane crashes into a military housing neighborhood.
On the injuries that we had the 2 confirmed fatalities right now.
San Diego Assistant Fire Chief Dan Eddy says several more are injured. The Cessna private jet struck around 15 homes, causing multiple houses and vehicles to catch fire. There was a dense fog in the area at the time of the crash. The FAA is investigating. With the busy Memorial Day weekend coming up, the Army Corps of Engineers now only plans to temporarily close 11 parks on Lake Lanier instead of 21.
Some places on Lanier won't be open this weekend, but federal and state officials are working with the Army Corps of Engineers to increase the number of places on Lanier that will be open. The Lake's Stacy Dixon says one way that so many places are open is due to transfer of staffing to local governments.
Transferring and helping the Corps move parks and campgrounds from federal operation to local government operation.
Dixon says the largest, Old Federal, would not be open without Hall County's help. It's running at capacity. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
A little bit of better news over on the west side. Interloop Bill crash now off to the right. 285 northbound. The Interloop Martin Luther King Jr. Drive exit number 9. Still pretty slow, almost back to Camp Creek Parkway, but those delays should start to improve. The rest of the Interloop 285 east and southbound on the north side of town stacks in right at Georgia 400. On and off the brakes over to I-85 Spaghetti Junction. That's where it really fills in, though, heading southbound down into Clarkston. The outer loop 285 westbound brake lights from Dunwoody into Sandy Springs and picking up again right around I-75 in Cobb County, right next to the home of the Braves there at Truist Park. What are things looking like through downtown, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, you're dealing with the stall 7585 southbound just past Freedom Parkway, exit 248. It knocks out one right lane, adding to the delay stretching past the downtown merge, and northbound rides, those begin to get slow at Langford Parkway almost to 10th Street. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Fair skies for this evening, overnight lows in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 79. Saturday, partly to mostly cloudy with an isolated rain shower possible, high near 80.
Plenty of sunshine around Metro Atlanta this afternoon. It's 83 degrees in Fayetteville, 82 in Marietta, and 81 in Doraville. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hell yeah. Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now.
How are you beating your chest there?
I was, getting myself. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I got to smack myself a little bit.
Something obscure on YouTube, or what was it?
No, I just I got home late, and I made a mistake of ordering coffee after dinner, even though I knew it was late.
Yeah, but it's
just
so
like,
good.
When you have a good dinner, when you're at a really good restaurant, you have a good dinner. For me, it just has to end with cheesecake and a cup of coffee. And
get a decaf.
Nah, I don't like decaf.
Coffee, caffeinated coffee after a big meal helps your stomach.
Yeah. And and then I got home and I went upstairs. My wife was already in bed, and she was asleep with American Idol at like 50, like just blaring. And I was like, okay, I'm awake anyway. And I went downstairs, started watching stuff about how the Buffalo Bills are going to be on Hard Knocks, and just sat there and thought, well, there goes another season. Boy,
Hey, you guys are setting it up for not this year, but the following year.
Oh, is there any kind of thing about being on Hard Knocks like that?
Typically, the
because
following
most
year
of the
you do
teams that
better.
are on Hard Knocks are not very good.
Yeah, they end up not doing well.
The Bills could have said no, because if you have a record as good as theirs, you're allowed to turn it down. Believe me, you think they're not going to the Chiefs every year? They just keep turning it down. And if your record is good, and I guess if you make the playoffs, you can turn it down. But they decided to go for it this time.
Haley Steinfeld probably wanted it. She
That's
probably
right.
was like, let's
Yeah,
get
she
a
needs
little
a little-
TV
She'll
time.
be on it, I bet.
She needs a little
I'm sure.
bump. Not that much. Listen, as much as I'll be watching everyone, and I haven't watched Hard Knocks in forever, I think it's boring. It's usually, I just thought maybe this will come off the wrong way, and I don't mean. I'll say casual fans. I think it's for casual fans. I was going to say it was for the ladies, but Athens. I know it's just got a lot
I
of.
don't know enough to be insulted.
No, but I mean, if you, it's like there's a lot of like personal stuff, and there's. To me, I'm interested in football. I want to see, I want to see 2 linebackers. Only one of them is going to make the team. How does this work? Where I want to see stuff like that. I want to see
Drake London run that slant route.
I want to see X's and O's. I guess they wouldn't show their X's and O's because all the other coaches, but I want to see football stuff. Like, how do you put together a football team? I saw one meme. There's some memes about McDermott because you remember the whole the 9/11 little controversy. I saw one where he's standing. It's like a projection of the show, and he's standing in front of a board that says "Play like a terrorist" today. So obviously, no matter how much I don't like the idea of it, I'll be watching.
You'll be watching, yeah.
But and then of course I'll have the Josh and are they getting married before then, or I don't know. How long is their engagement?
Maybe he'll talk about I love playing chess, and you'll see that chessboard.
That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic.
Wow.
The chessboard that came from my family, but he doesn't know. One day I'll meet him and I'll say, hey, you know that chessboard? And the one that really freaked you out? Yeah, that came from us. Yeah. We like you a lot.
Like, security.
We like you a lot.
Can I come over to your house for lunch? Yeah. Maybe we can play chess. Do you see like the best chess player in the world? It was a draw with the world. They've been doing this for a while.
You play the world?
Yeah, you play the world. It's through it's online.
Okay.
But you play the world, and there's I think there's 24 hours between every move or something, and so the whole world has to decide on their move through the big chess site, whatever that is. And so the world decided to stop playing when it was a draw. Some of the world wanted to keep on. Let's beat this guy. And I guess the way that the draw came, I know nothing about chess, but it would have been like another 2 years or something if it would have gone on, I guess. So I guess the world
it probably
said,
would have been just a lack of pieces on the board, so the kings were probably just running away from each other.
Oh. You're quite the chess player, are you?
I think I'm pretty decent at it. I used to play online.
I do not know how to play it at all. I have no idea
My daughter
whatsoever.
knows how to play.
Ooh.
It's a fun game.
How, like,
and me and Pete, we don't know how to play really, so we just play like pretend, where it's like the horse like gallops across and like steals the pawns, and then like we shoot pawns at each other and stuff. We play it.
Okay, so it's the daughter that's going to make the money, I think, because this is what I'm.
Take care of me, Ellie.
This is what I'm pulling out of this.
Thank you.
I don't want to hear any more complaints about how people play Monopoly if you're going to play chess that way, because she's a stickler. For
she's
Monopoly.
a stickler for Monopoly.
I don't mind if you play Monopoly any way you want, but don't not play it because it lasts too long, because that means you're playing it wrong.
Well, I like it to be long.
Well, listen, a man can dream.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Hey,
oh boy, these are good-looking guys.
Hey, listen, I am not going to let this show. Right. George, can you believe what they're doing to this show? They're turning it into it's audio pornography
Smut.
at this point. Smut. That's exactly what it is. All right, what are we doing here? We got something I can point to and say, hey, let's do this?
I think we do a little What's the Buzz?
Oh, hell yeah. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. Everybody dance.
Come on, Jerry, tell me what's happening.
Why should you want to know?
But speaking of singing, there was a winner. What is this, like winter season? Like, I don't watch any of these reality shows, but when going through the news aggregators, it's like there's a Voice winner, there's a Survivor winner, there's an American Idol winner. Is it like they do it all in the same week? Is this the last week of time?
Well, it might be.
Do they still have sweeps anymore? I mean,
well, the traditional network TV, now it's time for repeats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, usually spring is when things end.
So do they do repeats? Like, do they repeat American Idol? How does TV work anymore? I don't watch it. If it isn't football, I'm not watching it. So I have no idea. Do they run? Do they rerun? That's
they
what
must.
No, you can also have summer replacement shows.
Okay.
That's where you take a few shows that you don't really think are going to work, but you paid for the pilot and a couple of episodes. So, well, toss it on in summer, and we'll see.
When we were growing up, you could look at the TV guide in the summer, and it would just say pilot.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't tell you what the show was about. It would say who was in it.
It's like a mystery box.
Yeah. And then you'd watch it and go, oh, that's never getting.
And go, another pilot, another mystery pilot with McLean Stevenson.
Yeah.
I better, if I want to watch this one, I better get in early. It's not going to be on. But that guy was smart.
I loved Hello, Larry.
Who didn't?
A lot of people.
Well, it was struggling until the different strokes crossover. I think you'll agree that was
when Gary Coleman came to visit him.
Yeah, well, it turned out that Mr. Drummond knew Larry, who was the host of the radio show, and of course we'd be into it when we were young because it was radio.
Yeah,
and
I always like to tell everybody that when my first celebrity that I really met was Meadowlark Lemon, and I was down on the court while they were practicing, warming up. And
stop for a second there, Jared. Who is Meadowlark Lemon?
I have no idea.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and I said I loved you on Hello Larry, and he went, "Yeah, thanks, kid."
Hey, that's nice.
Okay,
what's wrong with that?
I was bugging him.
He could have brushed you off.
Because he was
Hello
famous.
Larry was a TV show?
Yes, it was a spin-off of Different Strokes.
It was
then did they, when it got canceled, did they say, Hello Larry says goodbye?
I
think. You know what? You should be a Big J journalist. There's no.
There you go.
You should be. You know, back in the old days when it wasn't that long ago, but when newspapers were king, they had so much money that there were people, their only job was to write the headline for a story. Like the reporters did not choose the headline for their story. And there was newspapers were so flush with money that your job, it's a pretty cool job because you're trying to be clever.
So,
right?
Those wouldn't fly these days. Those days, I guess.
Khrushchev arrives with a rocket in his pocket. One of my professors at community college worked for the paper, and he would brag about that when Khrushchev came in, when it was that 62 or something. No, not even that 58 or whatever. He was still in the 1980s letting his students know his greatest headline. Khrushchev arrives at the UN with a rocket in his pocket. Now, this is what you would do all day long, which would be a pretty cool job.
Yeah.
But these days, as we found out, with the AI stuff and that with the fake AI books that went in the Chicago Tribune and all these Washington Post that didn't even exist, that these days there's not even an editor to say if these books exist. There used to be somebody who did nothing but write headlines.
I have a different outlook on that. I feel like it would cause tension in the newsroom because imagine if you wrote the story, you're the writer, and then the headline writer comes up with a terrible headline.
It happened all the time.
And you're probably like, hey, that's not at all what I want the story to be.
Let's role play. You come into my office. I'm the publisher.
Okay.
It's 1977.
Okay.
And you didn't like the Khrushchev rocket in the pocket thing.
Yeah, that's not at all what the story was about.
Hey, look, kid. You know the game. You know the game. You write the articles. They write the headlines.
But I want to write the headline.
Well, you were told before you took the job. You want to write your own headlines? Go start your own damn newspaper. How about that? That's how they used to talk in the 70s.
Get out of my office.
Get it out.
Why don't those headline writers go out and do the beat that I do?
Why don't you go find a paper that's going to allow you to be the whatever you were looking to be, the greatest
you
writer?
You got like a real stubby cigar.
Hold on.
Yeah, you don't smoke it. You just chew on it.
What the hell, kid? You've been in this business 2 minutes. Now you're gonna write the headlines. Hey, everybody, look at little Jared over here. He's a headline writer.
I could write a better headline than any of you.
You get the byline. The headline writer don't get the byline.
I tell you what. Before you get to write the headlines, you get to go buy us all donuts, you little.
You'll be sorry. I'll be at the Tribune before you know it.
Yeah, they can have you.
Mr. Yamamoto?
Yes.
I like your writing.
Thank you.
She's got a nice butt, right?
Take the broad. The broad with you.
I'm bringing her with me. We're going to Sun Sentinel Tribune.
Hey, you forgot to slap her back there.
Well,
Yeah, goose.
There you go. There you go. I like her. She's good. It's been good to have her here in the office.
Say hi to your husband.
Yeah. What do you do around here? Sometimes I forget. I just what is it you do there, honey? Around in the office. Excuse me.
I answer the phone.
Do you have dreams? Would you like to do more than answer phones? This is the question. This is what you got to ask yourself. What am I willing to do to get off to ride? Alex Williams.
Oh, no.
How about you get that damn dog with you, too?
Get that mud out of here.
Alex Williams says there's a car fire on 285 by the airport.
Yeah, and they got a Clayton County fire rescue on scene dousing this car fire, but it's a travel advisory right now, Eric. Only 2 left lanes open, 285 eastbound, the outer loop at Riverdale Road exit 60, jammed up leaving I-85. Work your way over to Godby Road, take that eastbound, which becomes Forest Parkway. That's a good way to get around this. Also causing some westbound inner loop delays as you leave I-75. We'll be watching for this to impact I-85 northbound coming up out of Fairburn and Union City. How's I-75 on the south side of town, Kobe Dawkins? seconds.
Well, 75 southbound, you're on and off the brakes, leaving I-675, getting to Highway 2081. Northbound ride slow as well, beginning at Bill Gardner Parkway to Hudson Bridge Road. And this report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Get matched and sleep at night during Mattress Firm's Upgrade Your Sleep sale. Take 120 nights to love your new bed or your money back. Restrictions apply. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
The morning rush hour, the evening rush hour, and everything in between.
Slow spots are starting to build up the east side perimeter on 285 North.
Tune in 24/7 with the Triple Team Traffic
We've
Center.
had several breakdowns, including one in the express lane.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Heavy rains have recently impacted widespread areas of North Georgia. How did your roof hold up? Heavy rains expose roof leaks that can lead to water damage. Schedule a free roof analysis from Dave Baker, trusted and recommended, FindlayRoofing.com. Roof.
Turn your backyard into your family's favorite hangout to have fun, entertain, and celebrate the summer in a Bullfrog hot tub from Brown's Pools and Spas. Only Bullfrog offers the Jetpack Therapy system, allowing you to customize each seat to fit every body in your family. Right now, shop the Memorial Day hot tub sale. Instant rebates up to $2,500 or a free audio upgrade on select models. Hurry, offer ends May 27th. You'll be so glad you went to Brown's Pools and Spas. BrownsPools.com.
For over 8 years now, QC Kinetics has been the nation's leader in non-surgical relief for joint pain with over 50,000 satisfied patients. People with knee and back pain now living pain-free, shoulder and hip pain gone. Hey, it's Mark here. What they're doing is nothing short of remarkable. They're using regenerative cell therapy to restore the tissues in your achy joints. They're using biologic growth factors with robust healing properties carefully and strategically placed in your joint. It's a powerful and potent way to give your joints new life, repairing that old tissue. Best part, with QC Kinetics, no drugs, no surgery, and there's no downtime. This is an all-natural, cellular level option with lasting relief. The patient satisfaction reports are astonishing. Call QC Kinetics now and learn about these cutting-edge treatments that can help you live your best life, truly your best pain-free life. Call 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
N62225. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
This is Scott Slade. Nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier, the better. Like me. My doctor saw one lab work number that led to a diagnosis early enough, so I still had options. Now, that's where virtual imaging comes in. They've got the safest CT imaging option in the Southeast with 98% accuracy. Virtual Imaging's LDCT body scan can be invaluable, giving you time and options for early treatment. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. For a limited time, Virtual Imaging is offering their LDCT body scan for only $995 per scan. That's a $2,495 value. Now, appointments must be scheduled in May. There are a limited number of scans available at this price, so a few minimum requirements may apply. Don't put this off. I've done it. Call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
EMC Security.
Meet EMC Security's hero of the home.
After some break-ins in my neighborhood, it got me thinking about my family's security. A friend recommended EMC Security, so I called them. Now I have peace of mind that my family is safe without having to sign a long-term contract.
Way to go, Sarah. Be the hero of your home with no contracts, fast and reliable monitoring, and rates as low as $16.95.
EMC Security. Smart protection for a safer tomorrow.
We have to do What's the Buzz stories, but before this show is over, remember how people were going so crazy about the Stanley Cup?
I think everybody bought one.
Yeah, well, now you can just walk in and just remember how crazy people were about this?
People were nuts.
Now nobody gives a damn.
You can get it at Ross in the checkout lane.
Nobody gives a damn. It's amazing.
Because everybody has one.
And every one of those, not everyone, but many of those ladies will talk about how we need to, cut our carbon footprint and, stop, we got climate change to worry about. Meanwhile, we got right now, what's it been, about a year since that craze?
Yeah, it's a little over.
Right about now, 50% of those are ending up in landfills. Let's not forget, they got to be shipped from somewhere. They're heavy. It really is something to me that people, and then the people who got so excited about Stanley Cups that they had to stand in line and fight each other to get them, don't give a damn about them anymore. But they're still stupid. There's another thing coming, and they're going to be on it. Something's coming next Thursday that everybody's going to be excited about. And while forgetting that they ever thought about a Stanley Cup, they will blindly, that thing that all my friends have that I must have. All my friends have it.
What is really funny is
Am I supposed to not have it?
I have a couple of friends that are moms, and they have bought little
friends.
They have little friends that are moms,
little baubles for them, right?
And they've bought
Moms I'd like to friend
for their little.
Milfs.
For their little babies, they have little smaller Stanley Cups. So mom carries a Stanley Cup, and then little baby's got a Stanley Cup.
Oh, yeah, we're both complete sheep. Yeah, I'm going to raise the little one to be just a consumerist sheep, just like me. Isn't that great? Yeah, she's not going to read books, but she's going to have the latest gear. Here's the important thing to understand. If all your friends have it, you got to have it. Otherwise, you don't have something all your friends have. What's so hard to understand? You got to at least give me a headline from What's the Buzz.
Wait a second. I want to tell you this. When you go to their website to order things, one of the options is trending now. So you get the latest, hottest thing that everyone else has.
Oh, Beth doesn't have the new straw.
What a loser.
And remember last year there was
I don't hate her, but I'm not.
Oh, you have the old straw.
Isn't that cute?
So
wow.
Precious.
Wow.
The economy's tough.
Yeah, it is. Economy is tough. And her husband.
So vintage.
Yeah, her husband did get laid off. We know. We're there for you.
Coming in June, Stanley 1913 and Post Malone team up for one hell of a ride.
Oh, look at that. I got Post Malone. He's a real rebel.
Had some help.
I like that. He's a real rebel, man. He's not like a corporate stooge. Oh, boy. He's good. He's an artist, for heaven's sakes. Just give us a headline.
From Euro Weekly News, low-cost airlines to launch standing-only seats in 2026.
Whoa.
Coming to America, I'm telling you. Ponder about that while we get to hang on to that strap.
All right, we're going to have a little turbulence. None of you have seatbelts.
This plane is stopping.
C for coffee. Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 285 around the airport.
All due to this car fire cleanup, 285 eastbound, the Outer Loop Riverdale Road exit 60. They got the flames out, but nonetheless, still just two left lanes are open. You're jammed up on 285, leaving I-85, starting to slow 285 southbound. Take Forest Parkway as an alternate lanes horizontal to I-285 down there. That will get you around that. And they just cleared a stall in DeKalb, 285 southbound, the inner loop at Chamblee-Tucker Road. Those delays stretch back into Dorville and Dunwoody. Trouble on 400 up in Forsyth County. Kobe Dawkins.
It's 400 northbound right at Highway 141, exit 13. That crash impacting a right lane at times, causing delays to McFarland Parkway. And also watching delays as you leave Sandy Springs, still northbound, as you leave I-285, getting past the North Springs MARTA station. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Ashley Frasca, host of Green and Growing for Atlanta's premium sod supplier, NG Turf. Get farm fresh, high-quality sod, including Zeon Zoysia, Rebel Fescue, and Tiff Tough Bermuda, delivered direct from NG Turf, your premium sod provider. NGTurf.com.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell, and for over decade, I've trusted America's best choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks.
Spring is the perfect time to update your home, and America's Best Choice makes it easy with these spring specials. Highest quality, energy-efficient windows starting at just $299. Take 10% off a new deck and create the outdoor oasis of your dreams. No pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com today to schedule your free consultation.
You still want a new deck on your house, but you think you may have missed a deck building window? Well, you're wrong. Dave Baker here. At Ben Hill Renovations, deck building goes on year-round. Whether your existing deck is old, rotting, and unsafe, or you just want to upgrade your outdoor living space, now is the perfect time to get the ball rolling. Check out their new website at bhrenovations.com. Better yet, go to their showroom, speak with the designer, and see all that they have to offer up close. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Business fraud is on the rise. Is your bank helping you make a plan to detect and prevent it? I'm Brian Parks, head of commercial banking in Atlanta for Ameris Bank. Our local bankers are here to guide your company and make recommendations for your business, including fraud prevention tools like Positive Pay. This month, we're even offering an on-demand fraud prevention webinar for businesses like yours. To view the webinar and learn more about how we can help you protect your business, visit amerisbank.com/businessmonth. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours. Member FDIC.
If you've been in a wreck, trust the strong arm, John Foy & Associates. Hey, it's Smiler Mark McKay. I personally recommend John Foy since I've had the pleasure of personally getting to know him. We've been to a Braves game together, had lunch, and what I've taken away from each of our visits is respect. Respect for how much he cares and wants to help people. John Foy's compassion is what I appreciate. Trust isn't a given, it's earned, and John Foy has earned my trust. I recommend John Foy & Associates at johnfoy.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top local story just ahead of the busy Memorial Day weekend. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is cutting the number of recreation sites to be temporarily closed on Lake Lanier. Georgia Congressman Rich McCormick says all boat ramps will now remain open and 11 recreational sites will temporarily close, not the 21 originally planned. Lake Lanier's Stacy Dixon says they are still waiting to see what's open and what's not.
Until we have something confirmed from the Corps, we're not speculating on which ones might they open.
Lake Lanier has more than 70 recreational areas. It is 84 degrees in Atlanta, comfortably cool tonight and sunny again tomorrow. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A mother is now facing child cruelty charges after her 3-year-old son is found wandering on Bedford Road in southeast Atlanta. A neighbor called 911 to report a crying little boy outside his house.
I just found a little kid out in my front yard at my door. He couldn't be about 3 or 4.
Atlanta police arrest Lakeisha Holmes along with the child's stepfather, Andre Roundtree. The child was suffering from malnutrition with minor scratches and lacerations. He remains at Hughes Spalding Hospital. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi calls last night's shooting at a Jewish museum in Washington, D.C. disgusting.
The hate has got to stop, and it has to stop now.
2 staff members of the Israeli embassy were shot and killed. Officials will be holding a news conference with an update on the shooting later this hour. A new report finds there are more than 1,300 hate and anti-government groups operating in the United States, including 50 here in Georgia. Margaret Wong with the Southern Poverty Law Center says the groups feel their views are at the front of the political conversation now.
As their priorities are now reflected in the agenda of those with power, there is less incentive to recruit or organize.
The Year in Hate and Extremism report recommends several ways to combat these groups, including making hate crime reporting mandatory and supporting
support diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Hundreds of new jobs to Metro Atlanta are coming to Metro Atlanta thanks to a major automaker.
Mercedes-Benz says it will centralize its North American operations to its existing U.S. headquarters in Sandy Springs, bringing with it up to 500 new jobs. 800 people already work there. The move's expected to be complete by August 2026. The automaker also announcing plans to build a new multi-million-dollar research and development facility nearby. Governor Kemp says the state continues to attract world-class companies, saying Georgia's, quote, the best state for business and opportunity. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
The National Weather Service confirms today an EF0 tornado hit Cherokee County during severe storms late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. It touched down near Waleska and had sustained winds of 75 miles per hour. It could be another busy hurricane season.
There's a 60% chance of above normal season, 30% chance of a near normal season, and only a 10% chance to be below normal. So we're really looking at an above normal season once again.
National Weather Service Director Ken Graham says they are predicting up to 19 named storms, with 6 to 10 becoming hurricanes. Hurricane season officially begins June 1st. The FDA is now requiring the makers of COVID vaccines to put warning labels about the risk of heart issues.
The Atlanta-based CDC saying it's rare but possible after vaccination for some people to have a heart condition called myocarditis, or inflammation of the heart muscle, especially in younger men. Now Pfizer and Moderna's warning labels will have to include that risk. The new warnings for both vaccines will be for males aged 16 to 25. The FDA has taken recent steps to limit COVID-19 vaccines for certain age groups. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
The college football playoff is getting a format change for this upcoming season. It will use a straight seeding model, giving the top 4 teams in the CFP's poll first-round byes. The 5 highest-ranked conference champions will still be guaranteed spots in the 12-team field. Despite beating Texas to win the SEC last year, Georgia's playoff opponent, Notre Dame, was ranked higher than any of the opponents the Longhorns faced. It is now 4:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
It is a long, slow ride through downtown this afternoon, Bill. I think a lot of people are hitting the road early for the holiday weekend coming up. If you're traveling southbound into town, 85 jams in all the way back in North Druid Hills, 400 before Lenox, 75 slowing a little before Howell Mill Northside Drive, exit 252. No relief until you get down to I-20. Northbound is stacked and packed from Cleveland Avenue all the way up past Peachtree. Pine Street on the south side perimeter, still working this car fire cleanup. To travel advisory, 2 right lanes blocked, 285 eastbound, the outer loop at Riverdale Road. You can use Forest Parkway as an alternate. How is I-75 on the northwest side of town, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, going northbound, seeing the brake lights pack in before the south 120 loop getting into Ackworth, just before Highway 92, and 575 north, slight tap of the brakes getting into Woodstock. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. A few clouds passing by this evening, comfortably cool, lows in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, sunshine, high 79. A few clouds rolling in with an isolated pop-up shower possible on Saturday, high near 80.
83 now in Lilburn. It's 80 in Milton and 83 in Union City. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Just like your car, your septic system needs regular maintenance. Hi, I'm Shannon, the owner of Scorpion Septic. If you're seeing bubbles in your toilet, pooling in your yard, slow draining, or your toilet won't flush, you need Scorpion Septic.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump-out charge with your repair. Call for more information. ScorpionSepticServices.com.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. A DUI conviction might cost you your license. Get the DUI lawyer, GeorgeStein.com.
In St. Pete, Clearwater, you can chill by the crystal clear Gulf.
And stroll downtown St. Pete's galleries and murals.
And hang with the locals on the Skyway Fishing Pier.
And escape to secluded white sand beaches.
Secluded, huh?
Yeah, and they're spectacular.
And then grab a sandwich at the Grouper Capital of the World.
And maybe a nightcap at a rooftop bar with sunset views.
Okay, just a short drive away, you'll find just what you're looking for.
And then some.
Book your summer getaway at visitspc.com.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter here. Have you been recently diagnosed with sleep apnea and then they prescribed a CPAP machine? Come on, you know it's not comfortable. Rolling around in a bed with something on your face, having to hold your breath for 30 to 40 seconds, can't roll over and kiss your loved one in the middle of the night? Yeah, I know, it's bad news. But there is an alternative.
Oral appliance therapy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to let you in on this better option, PalmettoSleep.com. It's a better option. They offer a custom-fit oral appliance that stops your snoring and treats sleep apnea, and it's covered by your private medical insurance. PalmettoSleep.com has made the process super simple with virtual appointments and take-home sleep tests if needed. They handle everything. If you've already been diagnosed, now's the time for a treatment that is right for you. Visit PalmettoSleep.com. That's PalmettoSleep.com. Go there now. That's PalmettoSleep.com and get rid of that CPAP machine.
Jared just showed us the what this is going to look like. This is a plane. Do we have an airline behind this, or is this just a concept?
So it looks like Ryanair is going to be the first one to adopt these, but
they have such a good reputation.
Low-cost airlines to launch standing-only seats in 2026. And
so there is a thing, because I was thinking we were thinking you have to hold on to straps, but taking off and getting to 30,000 feet would be a little difficult.
Yeah, your ass is not going to fit in that seat. Looking at how tiny this thing is,
it's not meant to be. Now, are they thinking for very short trips, like 1 hour?
They're saying
like Georgia to like Atlanta to Chattanooga or something.
Why wouldn't you drive?
Well, maybe people want to get there in 15 minutes. Maybe they want to be
the time
groped.
it takes you to go to the airport.
Maybe they want to be groped in line at TSA.
Well,
maybe
that's
part of their idea of
or
travel.
It could be a connection, right? Like
yes.
You get a connecting flight.
Okay.
For like $12.
What do you got to say to that?
Stupid. Drive.
What if I can't drive? What if I don't have any arms?
This is him getting into his driverless vehicle. Stupid. Drive.
Yes, Tim. I'll take you anyway.
Your name is Stupid.
All right. I don't know what
It says here, lean, not loud. Here's their pitch.
Basically, you're going to look like Hannibal Lecter when they have him, on the dolly.
Yes. Lean, not lounge. You'll rest at about
a Coca-Cola, please.
You'll rest at about a 45.
I'll take the chicken.
Yes.
At about a 45-degree angle, weight on your legs and core muscles. Think of it as a mini workout. It's also,
Think of it as a complete. Think of it this way.
And you are seatbelted in.
You know what? Think of it this way. You made the wrong choices, but you want to get somewhere. You want to get there? Hey, grandma's dying. Are you willing to be uncomfortable for 3 hours, or you just not love your grandmother?
What about the safety of like when there's an emergency and they tell you to, they put you in that crash position? You put like your head between your legs.
Well, you still have a seatbelt.
Well, no. Here's the thing: that's all BS anyway. So does it really matter?
It's all theater.
Oh, you remember that?
All the people that lived because they were in that crash position.
Yeah. Well, remember that time we went down to the ocean and we all lived because we put when we started dropping from 30,000 feet to the ocean, we all got in that position and we all lived. Do you remember that time?
Yeah.
Remember that?
That was fun.
That happens all the time.
Yeah, I wish. It was like being on a really scary roller coaster. But, we all got through it because we put ourselves in the crash position, and the Atlantic Ocean was no match for that.
Nope. The ocean said, "Oh, wait a minute.
Whoa. These folks are prepared."
My bad. Poseidon was like, "Oh, not these ones."
No.
By the way, Ryanair says by tightening up the space between rows, they reckon they can cram in up to 20% more
passengers. Does it say in the story they reckon? Does it say they reckon?
Well, isn't Ryanair more of like a British company or European company?
That's southern.
I reckon. Right, but they reckon.
Reckon.
They can cram.
You know what? If I was trying to convince people to get on my airplane, I wouldn't use any version of the word reckon.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that makes any sense at all.
Or it's a reckoning.
Yeah.
You can get 20% more passengers on there with
Oh,
the new standing.
great.
Good. So
Wow.
the airlines can make more money and make me more uncomfortable.
And also, don't forget the big fights. Hey, that's like putting 20% more people in an IHOP at 3 o'clock in the morning on a holiday weekend.
Well, if you're strapped in, you can't fight.
Not with that attitude.
No, you can unstrap yourself.
Oh,
they don't strap you in.
I thought you were strapped in.
All right, you're in. It's
Do you need a straw?
I think it's like getting on the swings or something at an amusement park in a parking lot.
Please strap yourself
a
in.
teenager comes by and makes sure the
that's good.
Enough.
That's good.
Please strap yourself in before strapping in others.
Play loud 70s hard rock.
Yeah. If we lose we have trouble with oxygen, we're dead. Nothing's going to drop from the ceiling.
By the way, how long is it going to take until at least this is what I'm noticing this summer. There's a lot of people that I see walking around the park that I'm right across the street from that are playing their music out loud, like just out in public.
Yes, because it's
I'm
America.
noticing on the train,
2025, we're all jerks.
on MARTA, they're doing it. How long until this translates over to planes?
It's going to start with the discounts.
People are going to
It's
be
gonna
like
start with the
playing their
discount.
music.
Well,
and
you
you're
wouldn't
gonna
be able to hear it, that you know.
Well,
'cause
no,
it's so
here's
loud.
who's got a boom box back
Oh, that's
there.
true.
Yeah, people are just playing on their phone, and it's like I don't
No,
know.
this is the way happens on MARTA because there are signs everywhere that say don't play. Don't. I think there's like a boom box with a line through it, the whole thing. But and here's a little life hack for you, unless you enjoy fighting people who are probably going to kill you. Those signs can be seen by everybody. So you get on MARTA sometimes, and young kids are playing there. They're doing it. The reason that they're waiting for you to point to the sign, and so that they can kill you. So what you do is, for that ride, however long it lasts, you don't care about the rules. Stare straight ahead. Doesn't matter. Might be the worst music in the world. Boy, I hate this music, but I like being alive. That's what you have to say to yourself. I hate this music,
But I like
almost
living.
as much as I love being alive. And you have to do the pros and cons, and you just for 30 or 45 minutes or an hour, here's the life hack. You just put up with it, and you don't make eye contact with anybody.
So I shouldn't turn my music up louder, so that way there's like a music competition between the two of us.
No, this is not a reality show. This is not music. If it was, it'd be called Music or Die. So that's when I'm looking for what now. Sure, you're in the right if you stand up and point to that sign and let those young kids know that they're not supposed to be playing that music loud. I've got all of MARTA behind me, and yes, when they pull your lifeless body out of the car, when you stop, they're going to think, yeah, this dead person was right, but you'll still be dead. So
Everybody will clap while you're getting beat.
That's right. Yeah, and then they'll all be gone by the time that this car door opens.
Beat slaps.
Are they called cars in subways? It's not
Yeah,
a
subway
but it's
cars.
It's not really a subway because it's above way.
Oh, well, it's train car.
It's train car is what it is. But I didn't.
Some of MARTA is underneath.
Where does it go underneath?
On the
Little
north
5
on the
points?
north
I'm sorry,
south.
5 points?
Yeah, the north-south line goes
Yeah,
underneath
no.
from the Peachtree
I've never
Center.
gone left. I've never gone left on MARTA.
Never gone east-west?
I've always just gone straight. I'm usually going to the airport,
Yeah,
or
so you go
or if
underground
there's
for
a
a little bit.
concert. If I go downtown to a concert.
Yeah, then you get
Yeah,
out
you're
at 5 points, and that's underground.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did. Well, it's barely underground.
It's not. It's very
It's
underground.
very deep.
Is it?
It's
Yeah.
called Underground Atlanta. Have you
All
heard
right.
of it?
Oh, yes. I know more about underground Atlanta than you do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know
Okay,
why.
then. Prove it.
I used to know why there was an underground. Why they
Because
built.
it used to be the trains.
That's right.
Well,
And
they had to build above it.
They
after
had to
the-
build above it because when they started to build the new city, the tracks and everything were already there, and it wasn't.
The
So they just had
Phoenix.
to build a new city up on top.
They used to call it the
Yeah, I
Phoenix
know.
City
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, You know-
Because of the burning.
Do you know in Phoenix? You know what they call that? They call themselves the Atlanta City.
Why?
Nuh-uh.
Well, yeah, they just got pissed off that we kept using Phoenix here, and they said, "Look, what's good for the goose?" That's what they said. They didn't have to finish it because everybody knows what that is. You just
What's good for the goose is
no,
good for that goose.
just be one of the smart people. Don't go all the way through. Just say what's
I was
good for
being
the
the
goose.
lady that messes up the.
No, you are that lady.
I mean,
you are
that's
that.
who I was being.
Don't hide behind what you know you are.
The character.
No, don't hide behind your character. Don't can't do that anymore. Have we done any? What's the? Oh yeah,
Yeah, we did the standing seat.
Okay, but there's a story out there. There's a story out there about an anchor woman.
That's
at a
right.
Local. Where I don't know where it is.
From E! News here. Here's the tease here.
E! News, but what city?
Pregnant news anchor hosts morning show after her water breaks shortly before going live.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where it is when we come back.
Oh, what? The water or the?
I hope it's in Phoenix.
Yeah, everybody. It's a new contest.
Guess
Can you
where?
guess the city? Or I guess you could just Google it.
I'm thinking Topeka.
All right. Did you say Topeka? What do you
No
say,
way.
George?
Orlando.
All right.
I'm gonna say Boise.
Boise. All right. What about you there? You're reading the story. That doesn't.
I already told you Topeka.
Okay, you saying Topeka? I'm going to say Joliet, Illinois.
Ooh.
Is that even their own media market, or are they just in the Chicago market?
Good name.
Alex Williams says there's a big jam on 285 through Doraville.
Yeah, all due to this stall, Eric. 285 east or southbound, the inner loop, right around I-85, Chamblee, Tucker Road. They've been in a couple of left lanes, and that's put really a lot of extra pressure on the ride, almost back into Dunwoody, trying to get into Doraville from Chamblee, Dunwoody Road. Once you get past that, it stays slow down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway in Clarkston. Travel advisory continues by the airport with car fire cleanup, 285 eastbound, the outer loop, Riverdale Road, exit 60. A couple of right lanes lost there. That's already slowing I-85 northbound, coming up out of Union City. Think about using Highway 29 as an alternate. I-20 westbound, the West Freeway, on and off the brakes as you leave the downtown connector, trying to get out into Lithia Springs. How's I-20 into DeKalb County, Kobe Dawkins?
We're seeing the delays beginning at I-285, 20 eastbound, getting to Panola Road, and westbound rides, those delays start leaving Stonecrest, getting to the perimeter. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Eric Erickson.
Informative and topical when you want
Now,
it.
I know senators, they refer to the House as their enemy.
And a break when you need
And
it.
we need to put our big boy pants on.
Eric Erickson.
Elon Musk is a veritable Miley Cyrus.
Tomorrow at noon.
It happens at the state level. My gosh, it happens at the state level.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Trust is not just a word, it's an experience. When your home needs service, you can trust TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. TE is the company I trust to fix any problem once and for all. Their 5-star customer experience means easy online scheduling, friendly technicians, and a lifetime workmanship warranty, so I can just sit back and relax.
TE certified, we love your home.
Do you frequently ask family and friends to repeat themselves? Do you struggle to understand conversations when you're at a restaurant, missing important life moments? Hi, this is Dr. Prince from Atlanta Hearing Associates, and we can help you hear better again. At Atlanta Hearing Associates, we combine the latest technology with compassionate care given by doctors of audiology to help you successfully manage hearing loss and get back to enjoying your life to the fullest. We offer hearing tests for individuals of all ages with easy online scheduling at hereatlanta.com. Symptoms: your hearing is muffled or words are not clear. It's difficult to hear when there is background noise. You turn the TV volume way up. If you noticed any of these symptoms, it's time to have a hearing test. Come on in and see us at Atlanta Hearing Associates. Easy online scheduling is available at hereatlanta.com. HEAR Atlanta.com.
Turn your backyard into your family's favorite hangout to have fun, entertain, and celebrate the summer in a Bullfrog hot tub from Brown's Pools and Spas. Only Bullfrog offers the Jetpack Therapy system, allowing you to customize each seat to fit every body in your family. Right now, shop the Memorial Day hot tub sale. Instant rebates up to $2,500 or a free audio upgrade on select models. Hurry, offer ends May 27th. You'll be so glad you went to Brown's Pools and Spas. BrownsPools.com.
Squirrels in your attic are not leaving without a fight. Scott Slade here. You need the Breda Wildlife Guarantee. It covers every entry point, old and new. Other companies only guarantee the entry point they seal. So each time that squirrel chews a new hole, and they will, it'll cost you hundreds more. But under the Breda Wildlife Guarantee, you stay protected at no additional cost.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer with experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
All right, so the city that the anchor who broke her water, or her water broke, she didn't break it herself. She didn't get a
Bared down
pickaxe.
really hard.
Dropped her Stanley Cup, right?
That's probably what happened. And she kept on going. Her water broke right before the show started. Now, I think...
what a pro, by the way.
No.
Stayed on there.
No, it's not a pro. It's not unprofessional to go to the hospital because your water broke. So if you say that's a pro, you're saying it's unprofessional.
You know what? She cared that much about the show.
First of all, at the end of this clip, we have a clip for it. Where was it? She says...
In Albany, New York.
Oh.
Albany?
No.
Albany is here.
It's not Georgia. Albany, the capital
That's
city
right.
of New York State.
Knickerbocker Arena.
Oh, that's where I saw U2 once. They were fantastic. I don't know what happened to them, but it was the Zoo TV tour.
Navalny.
No, this is before that.
Salman Rushdie. That era.
Yeah, I don't remember any politicking. It was just a great, great, great show in a very small arena. Blew me away. So I don't think it's unprofessional to go to the hospital when your water
The
breaks.
show must go on.
And
what if she was in the middle of Cats
at the end,
and she was in her performance and your water
you
broke?
leave? You know what? This is my point. She was 2 weeks overdue. So I mean, if you're in the road show of Cats and you're 2 weeks overdue, you need your understudy.
She needs to crawl underneath one of those cars.
That's right.
And then quietly have her litter.
Go down, go down in those. Like lift the manhole, go down the sewer.
Well, Skimbleshanks is a pediatrician, so he can help.
That's right.
All right, we have audio of this moment, and I think that she's just she's looking for attention, and she's got it because we're talking about a news anchor.
Can I ask
in
a question
Albany,
real
New
quick
York.
before you
Yes.
play it? Who would be in charge of cutting the commercial? Jared would know that. Would
Oh
be the
yeah,
producer,
this is
right?
a local thing.
Yeah.
It's a local.
By
yeah.
the way-
by the way,
You're still wrong. Keep going.
I'm not.
yes,
I'm not wrong.
Nobody remembers.
I do.
If we're going to go back and argue about that, we have to.
I have text
the Von
confirmation.
Hessler heads remember.
As the program directors are learn from their birth to say over and over again, we would have to reset the topic.
That's true. Reset
So-
the topic.
All right, so go ahead. This is the moment.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm Olivia Jakewith.
And I'm Julia Dunn. We do have some breaking news this morning. Literally.
Yeah.
Olivia's water has broke.
That's
and
right.
she is anchoring the news
Okay.
now in active labor.
Early labor.
Not active.
We've been
Let's
doing
not
the
get carried
contract.
away.
She's now, timing her contractions.
I'm going to
and
pay
she's, what,
attention.
2 minutes apart?
I tuned in for the
Well,
headlines.
there was one, but it's been a few minutes since then, so we're still in good shape.
Her decision to stay on the desk, by the
look
way.
at what it says. Days past due date.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I know. So we're thinking
Well,
maybe
I'm
today.
happy to be here, and I'll stay on the desk for as long as I possibly can. But if I disappear,
We're so happy for you. She's
Yeah.
2 days overdue, so
wouldn't
she
know.
wants this baby.
Well, this
That's
lady
right.
is really
Baby out.
annoying. The other one.
Yeah.
Active labor. No, active labor is like the baby's,
Is
crowning.
that the crowning? Yes.
Not really crowning, but like
Yeah.
you're right
On
there.
the way.
Yeah, active labor. is
Knocking
like
on the door.
Oh,
the baby's.
we've got our latest reporter on the
Oh,
scene.
There we go. Hey, yes. Give him how does it feel? Baby on the street. A bot. We have baby on the street. So, how does it feel? You just dropped right down into our world. How you feel? Come on. Your mother's much more.
Oh my god, that baby's like a demon.
I mean, baby's upset that he was born in Albany, of all places.
Well, his mom's not too happy about the fact that she's doing news in Albany. So
Maybe she's young and she's on her trajectory for greater things.
it's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
She might end up in Buffalo.
I will tell you what. She keeps making moments like this. She'll be in the big city of Buffalo before she knows it.
Baby really wants to
Also,
be in
when you-
Buffalo.
Yes.
When your water does break, it doesn't mean that you're in like pain yet. Like you have those little flutters of.
Yeah, but somebody's got to clean it up.
Well, it doesn't all come out like that.
I saw it on the first episode of The White Lotus.
It doesn't happen like that.
Splash all over the ground.
In every show in the 70s and 80s, they were always getting a bucket of water and towels.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's for the. What is the water for? The water is.
The water is the amniotic fluid.
They were to clean the baby, right?
No. He's talking about whenever in a movie back then or a show.
Yeah.
When somebody's gonna have a baby, they say, get some water and some towels. And I think that's just to pat the mother down or something and clean
I
the
don't know
baby.
what
Right?
the water's for.
It's in case the baby. Sometimes babies are very thirsty.
Yes.
When they come into the world.
I want a Stanley Cup.
Boy, this one's gonna be a tough one to raise. It's gonna be tough pleas in this one. All right, what do you want to give stuff away?
I mean, I'm feeling generous. Are you?
I'm feeling sui generous, actually. so let's give some stuff away. 2 tickets to see Bare Naked Ladies on Tuesday, June 3rd at Synovus Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Be caller number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets are on sale right now at livenation.com. Alex Williams says it's a bumper-to-bumper ride through downtown.
Yeah, not a fun one this afternoon, Eric. 400 southbound, you're already looking at 40 minutes starting from Lennox Road all the way down to I-20. 75 southbound, those brake lights have grown back to Moores Mill Road. 85 southbound, you're hitting that brake pedal at North Druid Hills Road, and it's a long, slow ride. 75, 85 southbound to I-20. Some earlier trouble cleared at Freedom Parkway. Northbound delays started Highway 166, Langford Parkway. Brakes free as you approach the Varsity and 10th Street. And making progress southeast leg of the perimeter, 285 eastbound. The outer loop right around Riverdale Road, exit 60. That car fire has been doused. They're picking up the cones now from the right lanes. We also got trouble on 285 into Cobb County. Kobe Dawkins.
It's 285 eastbound to southbound just past I-85, exit 33. It's a stall, knocks out multiple left lanes, causing very bad delays back to Georgia 400. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years. With fast, local service and an industry-leading 96% customer satisfaction rating, it's no wonder.
I researched window companies for the last year to see what the average prices were and the quality of work. Window Nation nailed both.
Right now, get 4 windows free with every 4 you buy, plus no interest for 2 years. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule a free estimate now. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90-NATION.
Summer is almost here, and let's be real, your house looks like it's been hiding under a pile of pollen, doesn't it? Just like mine in that dirty driveway. Ooh, not fooling anybody either. That's why I called Wise Guys Pro Wash. They gave me a quote, showed up the next day, and bam, clean house, sparkling patio, and a deck I actually want to sit on. With more than 2,000 5-star Google reviews, Wise Guys is the only company I trust to get my home summer ready. Mention me, Chris Chandler, and get $70 off your next service. Book now at wiseguysprowash.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 62225, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, a mother is arrested after her 3-year-old child is found wandering a street at night in southeast Atlanta.
He's standing right here just looking around. He just like he's scared.
Wearing nothing but a diaper and a red, white, blue, and yellow blanket, the 3-year-old was found crying in a stranger's front yard on Belfort Road. That neighbor called Atlanta 911.
I think he got some blood on his head.
Does it look like he's been injured, like a cut or something?
Yeah, like he cut. He don't have on any shoes.
Atlanta police say the boy looks malnourished and has minor scratches and cuts. They jailed his mother, Lakeisha Holmes, and the quote-unquote combative stepfather, Andre Roundtree, on felony second-degree child cruelty and reckless conduct charges. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
84 degrees in Atlanta. Sunny again tomorrow. When do isolated showers and storms return? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. An update moments ago on the charges filed against the man accused of shooting and killing 2 staff staff members of the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C.
The defendant Rodriguez is also charged with 2 counts of murder in the first degree for both Yaron Lishimsky along with 26-year-old Sarah Lynn Milgram of Kansas.
Janine Pirro, the interim U.S. attorney for Washington, D.C. The two were shot as they were leaving an event at a Jewish museum. The Southern Poverty Law Center's latest report on hate and extremism finds the influence of groups that used to be considered fringe is growing.
The report documents more than 1,300 hate and anti-government groups operating in the U.S. SPLC President Margaret Huang says while there's been a 5% decrease in the overall number since 2023, that doesn't mean their appeal is diminishing.
But should be viewed as the successful mainstreaming of these ideologies as they drive decisions at the highest levels of power.
The report recommends several ways to combat these groups, including making hate crime reporting mandatory and supporting diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
The embattled mayor of the city of South Fulton is now charged with criminal trespassing. Mayor Khalid Kamal faces the misdemeanor charge in connection with an incident from July of 2023 when he was accused of entering a home on Cascade Palmetto Highway without permission. Kamal, who also goes by Mayor Kobe, has been accused in South Fulton of misusing city money. He announced last month he will not seek re-election. After emotional statements from family and friends of Addie Pierce, the woman who struck and killed the 8-year-old girl at a bus stop in Henry County last year, receives her punishment.
Kaylee Andre is sentenced to 15 years with 8 to serve. She wept throughout the proceeding. Like every victim impact statement, Addie's godmother Laura Feltman offered forgiveness but not absolution from responsibility.
She mattered. She still matters. And her life, as short as it was, deserves to be honored with truth, with accountability, and with justice.
Addie died in February of 2024 when she was struck while preparing to board a school bus that had stop signals flashing. Her family pushed for Addie's Law, which stiffens penalties for bus stop violators. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
It's graduation night for the seniors at Appalachia High School. The graduation set for 8 o'clock. And walking along with those graduating seniors tonight are the school's 3 therapy dogs who have been part of the school's fabric since the deadly shooting that killed 4 people last September. There is good news if you're planning a Memorial Day getaway on Lake Lanier. Fewer parks and recreation sites are temporarily closing thanks to the efforts of several Georgia lawmakers.
Federal budget cuts had led to the closure of nearly 24 sites right before the holiday weekend. But now in a statement, Congressman Rich McCormick says all the boat ramps will remain open and only 11 recreation sites will temporarily close. Lake Lanier's Stacy Dixon says the timing is terrible.
Closures of parks with the Corps of Engineers has hit at this kind of peak buildup of when visitors will start to come to the lake.
State Senator Greg Dolezal says the Corps' decision is nonsensical and infuriating, while U.S. Senator John Ossoff called on the White House to take immediate action. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Better news on the south side perimeter. Everything has opened back up. 285 eastbound, the outer loop right around the airport at Riverdale Road. 85 north is still slow, though, from Highway 138 Jonesboro Road, with 285 south outer loop delays stretching back to Camp Creek Parkway. Those should start to improve. You still have that trouble, though, 285 east or southbound, the interloop in DeKalb, just below Chamblee Tucker Road. It's got a couple of left lanes blocked, putting extra pressure on the ride as you come out of Dunwoody. 75 northbound up in through Cobb, Cherokee counties. You're on and off the brakes from South Marietta Parkway up to Highway 92. 575 northbound looking a little sluggish getting past Town Lake Parkway in the Woodstock region. How's 85 heading up toward Gwinnett, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, northbound rides, those slow rides beginning before Chamblee Tucker Road getting to Jimmy Carter Boulevard, and those rides pick up again at Highway 316 getting to I-985. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear skies this evening, sunset around 8:30. Temperatures in the upper 70s at that time, and breezy with wind gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. Lows tonight in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 79. Saturday, clouds return, and a few isolated pop-up showers can't be ruled out, high near 80. Sunday and Monday, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Morning lows in the 60s, daytime highs in the mid-80s.
Right now it's 82 in Vinings, 84 in College Park, and 83 in Loganville. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now with a hearty congratulations to Bruce Sokol, because it'll be like so-called Bruce. It's not like that. It's Sokol.
I hope he's okay. He had some sirens going on behind him when he was giving me the. I heard the sirens.
Well, look, he's won tickets before he was taken downtown, so that's good. Congratulations to Bruce Sokol of Norcross. Won 2 tickets to see Bare Naked Ladies on Tuesday, June 3rd at Synovus Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Tickets are on sale right now at livenation.com. The 5 o'clock hour is always, somehow, I don't know how, so it's every single day, the third hour of the show ends up being the 5 o'clock hour. And while we're doing our WSB 5K a day bonus blitz, well, we have a keyword in the 5
AKA
o'clock
Tim's
hour.
favorite thing, the word thing.
Yeah, the word thing.
The word thing that we do. You know the word thing?
Yeah.
Problem is we have another word, but that's okay.
This is the secondary word thing. Because it's money.
This is the first and
the
dairy.
main word.
This is the first and dairy.
All right.
Not the secondary.
Secondary.
This is the first and dairy.
All right. Primary.
Dromedary.
It's the
Bactrian.
It's the primary and dairy.
Nice.
It's this hour's keyword for the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz is tune. Tune.
Like pontoon.
No.
I think so.
Like whistle a tune.
Like cartoon?
Like carry a tune. Tune. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. Let me get to this.
Tommy too? That might be right.
Yeah.
Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash.
Okay.
For your chance to win. Do we love the 5K?
We love the 5K a day. I would give more. Could probably do 10 maybe.
There's a bag with different things in it.
You won the bag.
With different things in it.
With different things in it.
Again, this hour's keyword is tune. Tune, not a tune. Sorry, tune. Tune. I want to get that wrong. You know what I don't need is a bunch of lawyers. Yeah, you said it wrong, and now we got to. Well, I'll tell you what, we don't even know if it's worth having you out there on the air, giving away our money like this. I don't know. You guys, I have to deal with the bosses, and they really demean you.
You or us?
Oh, yeah, me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be like, you make us sick. This is how they deal with me. I'm like, well,
Eric protects us, Tim. He's the one that takes the brunt of these conversations.
Sure.
You said another word that wasn't the word of the hour. You make us want to vomit in our mouths. I'm like, wow, I had no idea. But at least you know what I like about it? They're straightforward. They get right to it. Von Hessler, you make us want to vomit in our mouths. I don't know what.
I mean,
I didn't need the special
That's a lot.
sound
the
effects.
Sound was really
you ever done that?
Have I ever done
little acid
What
reflux?
Are you asking?
No, it's not like actually like the Wolf Blitzer we call
The Wolf
it.
Blitzer?
Do
Yeah,
the
wolf. Have I ever pulled a wolf?
You ever pulled a wolf? I'm a pro.
We had that audio, didn't we?
Yeah.
At one time, he actually did do that during an interview and swallowed and kept on going.
That's a trooper.
Now, that's a pro.
That is a true.
That's a pro. No, because you don't need
But now
hospitalization
poor
for
Wolf,
that.
he's got relegated to the mornings,
Yeah,
and
he's
got
122.
He's got a co-host now, though. He
Yeah,
doesn't
you know how
even
that
do
doesn't
everything.
happen? You know how that doesn't happen? You look up, you go, happy 75th. You know what? I'm done.
Yeah, I
don't
can
know
retire now and
how
watch
old is
the
he?
Bills.
Retiring
He's in his
is
70s.
Okay, retiring is not. Do people now think? I think people believe that if they stop going to work, like the whole ritual, getting up, getting groomed, dressing, and getting out. I think that people think that if they stop doing that, they'll be dead in a couple of years. I think,
will.
like, I can't die because I have a meeting tomorrow at 11:30.
That's true, though. A lot of people do die when they retire.
Well, of course, because you're older when you retire. But
Yeah, but still, when you don't have something to motivate you every day.
There's pottery.
There's pottery. There's, the community center has lots of stuff for older folks to
I'm
do.
Wolf Blitzer coming to you from the community center where I just made a coiled vase.
I think as I get older, the two things I'm going to get into after retirement are going to be golf and fishing.
Oh, you would be that. Fishing.
Huh, what a unique thing to get into after you retire.
Oh, hey, gone fishing, and he'll have one. He'll have that. He'll have that hanging somewhere on his door. He'll go, gone fishing.
I've always liked fishing. I just never have time for it
My
anymore.
other car is a boat.
What in the world? I think fishing.
I don't have time
He
for it
has
now.
no, he has, what with all the drinking he has to do
I
in
know,
between
that's the
working.
thing. You have to cut back on like one social thing.
Aren't there fish in that whatever reservoir, whatever you live in?
Oh, yeah. Good luck casting into that quarry. It's like a 50-foot drop just to even get a line down
And
there.
then if you ate the stuff that came out of there, you'd glow in the dark.
Quarry fish.
All right, what's the buzz? Tell us what's happening.
Another story from E! News here.
You crazy thing, you.
Bonnie Blue better watch out.
Bonnie Blue is the person who had sex with 9,000 people in one day or something like that.
Well, there's another OnlyFans star like
Uh-oh, look
Bonnie
out.
Blue. Her name is Annie Knight, and she was hospitalized after having sex with 583 men in 6 hours.
Wow, I
Now,
can't.
she,
But why?
She
But
and
why?
this Bonnie person work together.
Oh, they
It's
do?
not like a competition, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
I mean, I've read about it.
I don't really. How much does that cost you a month to know that?
I know things. But yeah, and also like she's like been hospitalized before. I think it's a little bit of
Well, she has endometriosis, so it's not like
Well, maybe
everyone
don't
is-
have sex with 600 men in 6 hours if you have
583.
that. Isn't that like a skin thing where you get like the
No, babe.
No, not at all.
endometriosis? I just read about it.
endometriosis is like a growth on your fallopian.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Again. It's in that
My
area.
mom had it.
Okay, maybe not having sex with 600 men
Get
in
her on
6
the
hours.
phone.
Maybe if you. I'm assuming your mother.
Chris Pritz reporting live.
No, what I'm saying is, if you have any kind of problem down there, maybe that's not the kind of stunt you should be doing. And now, so it's just disgusting. She starts, well, this is happening down there. It's like, well, maybe you're not the. Maybe nobody should do that. But then again,
She says
you know
that
what?
men deserve to have sex.
That's
what she
true,
said.
and I don't want to be. I don't want to judge.
I like her now.
I don't want to judge. Because think about this: who amongst us is against love? And she was in. How much love was in that room for
Love.
that 6
So much
hours?
love. A lot of love.
A lot of love.
A
And
lot of stinky, sticky love.
we love love.
Yeah, a
We
lot
love
of love
stinky,
wearing
sticky love.
masks.
Huh?
A lot of love with people wearing masks.
Are they wearing masks because they don't want to be seen in the video
Yeah,
or
a lot of
something?
these people do. They wear these like luchador masks. They
Cowards.
can't be seen.
Cowards, I say. If you're going to be part of breaking the record of how many men have sex with a woman in 6 hours, be proud of it. Show yourself. I think that Trump's ICE offices are trying to get the courts to say that you can't wear masks during these sex challenges because ICE needs to be identified. Some of these 600 men, they could be in the country illegally.
They could be.
Yeah.
And-
Did we check?
Yeah, I think we
Wasn't
need
that
to.
in England?
OnlyFans?
Oh,
No, that lady.
I don't
Oh,
think
is she in-
I think she's American.
British.
Okay.
Is she really?
Is she
There's
British?
another one, Bonnie whatever is British.
Bonnie Blue, yes, is British.
Let's ask
Yeah, the
George.
other
He's a
one's
young
not.
guy.
She's
He probably has an
Wisconsin.
account or two on OnlyFans. I've never met anybody who admits to actually having an account on OnlyFans, but they're making $90 billion a year, so somebody does.
You don't have one?
Nope.
Would you tell us if you did?
Nope.
Well, then, there you go.
Nope.
Do you think there's somebody who walks around bragging about, yeah, I follow 5. Yeah. And my girls
it's
are
going to
great.
be the person you least expect, especially around the office. You'll be like walking by somebody, like, oh
Like
my
you?
gosh. I'm a happily married man. I don't need
Oh,
OnlyFans.
that's the whole thing about porn. It's just single people. Once you get married, you have no need for
That's
that
right.
anymore.
No need at all.
You kidding me?
Lives.
Why? It's just there for lonely people. I'm not
Yeah.
lonely.
Not
I
one
mean,
of those
it's your
people.
wifely. You can divorce your wife, right? It's like
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
wifely duty,
Yes, exactly.
your marital duty.
Yeah, whenever the time is the time, it's the time.
Yeah.
That was part of my vows.
Your
I put,
Honor,
it, I put it right in the vows.
Your Honor, she
Stay
wouldn't.
ready.
She wouldn't do a 3-way. Does that count?
It says in my vows here.
I put it in the vows. When the time
verbal
is the
contract.
time, when the time is the time, it's time. And people are confused. Well, that's a weird vow. Oh, of course, I had flowery stuff in there about, la, 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 love we forever. Blah,
People
blah,
at first were thinking it was like a Frey lyric or something like that.
Frey?
Yeah, the Frey.
No,
People were
I
thinking-
was I was
wife
married
was
in
afraid.
1998. Were they even live or around?
I don't think so. I think the Frey was more 2000.
The Fray. How the Fray doing these days? They still
I don't think so.
They
I
still
think
out
they
there?
a little bit.
Did the keyboard player have sex with the bass player's wife or anything?
Probably.
Okay.
Hey, they had 2 good albums.
Their albums were too good.
I don't even know who they are.
If they had two good albums, that's two more than I have. So I applaud
There you
them. But I got to take your word for it.
You knew the fray, Tim. If
Your taste in music is terrible.
Sing the song.
I never knew.
This guy has a worse singing voice than me, and that is hard to do. That is hard.
I
Go
never
ahead.
knew.
Go ahead. Do your karaoke. Go ahead. Do
I
it.
never knew. I got to pull
No, throw yourself into it.
Turn and run, but all I needed was the truth. But that's how it's gotta be.
It took 50 years for me to meet somebody. 50 years exactly for me.
George will play it coming back.
I was born in 64. I met him in 2014. It took 50 years for me to meet somebody who has a worse singing voice than me.
I got to do the Johnny Cash. I just got to go low.
Oh, is that your thing? Okay.
Low.
Well, and Johnny Cash did a lot of talking in his songs, too.
Yeah, I like to talk when I sing. We got to go to the break. Let's do our thing.
Why don't you tell us the traffic, Johnny?
Well, Alex Williams says 285 is difficult through DeKalb County. Stay alive.
It is definitely difficult this afternoon, 285 eastbound. It is very slow starting right at Ashford-Dunwoody Road as you make the trek through Dunwoody into Dorville. A lot of it all due to this stalled car that's been in two left lanes, 285 southbound, the inner loop, Chamblee-Tucker Road. That's jamming up that ride. Breaks free once you get past that, only to slow again right around North Lake Parkway, exit 36 for the ride down toward Memorial Drive. The outer loop, 285 westbound, you're looking at about 40 minutes traveling from Ashford-Dunwoody Road around to I-20, the West Freeway. South of there, you're in recovery mode, 285 south and eastbound. The outer loop starting right around Highway 166, trying to wrap around the airport where we had the earlier trouble at Riverdale Road. That's kept 85 northbound on the brake pedal as you leave I-85 up through Union City. How's the West Freeway, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, I-20 in both directions, a little sluggish starting from Thornton Road, getting to I-285. And this report is sponsored by Callaway Resort and Garden. Splash into summer at Callaway with adventures for the whole family. Save with unique overnight packages and daily ticket offers. Learn more at CallawayGardens.com. From the Cool Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
In Atlanta, there is always something happening.
Tanker truck crashed into the median.
The Triple Team Traffic Center has you covered.
No traffic getting through in either direction.
Helping you on your commute.
Avoid the area at all costs. Take Highway 155 or Highway 4223.
Brought to you by the Cool Ray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
You got your termites billed and they raised your rate again. Switch to Breda Pest Management and your rate's locked in for 10 years. BredaPest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group, to discuss one of the biggest blind spots that people face when saving for retirement, and it's a head scratcher. Chris, how do so many people not know what they're invested in?
That's the biggest flaw that everybody runs into. They think they know what equities they have, they think they know what bonds they have, but they really don't know how those mutual funds or how those index funds are performing in conjunction with one another. So, I would liken this to a big pot of soup and we're just throwing all the ingredients in the refrigerator in this thing. It's not very good. It's just a mishmash of stuff. And sometimes you like the way it tastes. Sometimes you don't. And when you don't know why. You don't know if you got too much chicken in there or too much vegetables in there or what's going on. And I ask every caller that comes in for an initial consultation, do you know how your portfolio is broken down? And they say, well, I've got, 20 or so options in my 401k, and I just picked 2 of them or 3 of them. I thought I needed some international. I thought I needed some U.S. equities. I thought I needed some bonds. And they're just guessing. So you have to absolutely know what you're invested in, and that's where we will run the 401k portfolio x-ray for you, because that'll break it down. If you're not proficient at investing and don't understand this world, we will walk you through it. Not knowing what you're invested in is a big hindrance to growing and protecting your money. We will run a portfolio x-ray for you and educate you on exactly what's in your portfolio.
Set up a time to get your complimentary portfolio x-ray today. Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858. That's 404-737-3858, or book online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
JIC, Flat Face Seal, BSP, and DIN. If you know what these are, then listen up.
I'm Victoria Holloway. We can replicate hose assembly on site with Mobile Hydraulics of Georgia.
Call 770-HYD-HOSE or try our website, HYDHOSE.com.
I love my home, and now I found a company that loves it as much as I do. TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. It's Chris Chandler here. These folks have done work in my home. Boy, it didn't take long to realize I could trust their expertise, their attention to detail, and what I think you'll find, just as I did, an amazing level of service. TE Certified has more than 20,000 five-star reviews, and it's been serving Atlanta for decades.
TE Certified, we love your home.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Here's a fresh deal on steaks. USDA Choice Boneless Ribeye Steaks in the family pack are $10.99 a pound with digital coupon. Limit 5. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Summer starts now at Beaver Toyota of Cumming. Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix-It Show here. Right now, Beaver Toyota is loaded with fresh inventory. They have the perfect Toyotas for your summer adventures, from road trips with your buddies to family trips to the beach, and they're offering huge savings, low financing, and all the Beaver benefits. See them on the web at beavertoyotacumming.com. The Toyota Tundra from Beaver Toyota of Cumming, the official truck of the Home Fix-It Show.
Hi, I'm Johnny Cash with a ballad of Bonnie Blue. She got it one man at a time, and it didn't cost them a dime. You'll know it's her when she's laid out on the floor.
Come on, clap along.
She saw that train a-comin'. She's doing it again. I hope she's got protection from all them men. She did everyone in Reno just to give them sex. But she had to put a pause on, 'cause her uterus is red.
Thank you, Johnny Cash, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you.
I've been dead for a few years. You still got it. You still got it, Johnny.
By the way, I found the exact...
Tim Andrews just thought of something very funny, and at the last second realized I can't say that on the radio.
Yeah. I know what it is.
I found the exact quote from this Annie Knight, this OnlyFans
Okay, Annie
star.
Knight. Now, she's not Bonnie Blue. She's
not.
the only fan star who apparently, for some reason, Autumn knows is a friend of Bonnie Blue.
I was a porno man.
So, and she was doing 600 or so.
583 men in 6 hours.
In 6 hours, which
And she
apparently
said-
is some sort of record.
And she's been getting a lot of criticism for this. And
Well,
she
yeah,
said,
what? What, you know,
I know, right?
What in the world?
why-
When did we become so snooty as a society?
prudes, right?
Oh, people are not going to judge this?
She says, at the end of the day, these men just want to have good sex. God forbid a man has sex. It really upsets me when I see people coming after the guys and being so mean about the guys that showed up, because I feel quite protective of them.
Yeah, that's
end
the
quote.
issue. That's
Yeah,
what people
men are always getting criticized for having too much sex. Men are throughout
Beyond
history.
that, I don't think the issue has anything that she should be a politician. Ask one question, answer the other. The issue is about, you're the one in the hospital after having sex with 600 people in 6 hours. The issue isn't whether or not people judge the men. The people are just like, look, here's the deal. If you're in show business, I think we have to admit that Annie Knight, is that her name?
That's right.
Is in show business. Well, you're going to have your critics from time to time. Not everybody's going to like the I'm having sex with 600 men in 6 hours show. Many people will, but you're going to have your critics, right?
I fell out of a burning ring of fire.
Oh, Johnny.
I drove home, put my head right in a dryer.
Johnny, this is the new thing. He's the new...
The new Weird Al. Weird John.
Or Dr. Dirty.
Dr. Oh, yeah, he was a good one.
I don't know if anybody in Atlanta knows
People
Dr.
down here.
Dirty.
He used to play the Punchline once or
really?
twice a year.
Because where we're from...
Oh, yeah.
In the 80s, Dr. Dirty was like...
John Falby.
Everybody's house. I never really enjoyed it.
Oh, roll your leg over.
Yeah,
oh, roll your leg over.
Just because the guy swears in his songs.
I know,
all my
but-
friends would be like, oh, it's the funniest thing in the world.
and it burns.
A fiery ring.
Thank God for condoms.
I can't find it. Here it is. I have to remind people again of the keyword of the hour. If you want to get $1,000, listen up. Hey, it's no skin off my back if you don't want to listen up. If you don't want $1,000, this is called the negative sell.
Yes, I understand.
The keyword is
guilt sell.
T-U-N-E, tune. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash. Stop thinking of things you can't say on the radio.
I can say this
for your chance to win. Again, that keyword is T-U-N-E, tune. Alex Williams says the volume is increasing on 75 in Cobb.
Yeah, definitely getting slower. 75 northbound through Marietta really jams in right around Highway 5. Just volume, though, trying to make your way up to Highway 92 in Ackworth. Southbound really slow, especially in those right lanes, leaving South Marietta Parkway, all that traffic trying to ramp onto the slow I-285 southbound outer loop. In DeKalb County, you still got this stall, been in a couple of left lanes. 285 southbound, the inner loop around Chamblee-Tucker Road, and that has cooked the ride back to Georgia 400. Think about your surface streets as alternates, but those are slow as well. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Okay, so I want to tell you guys about the Memorial Day tent sale at Georgia Spa Company. So you've been thinking about getting a hot tub or a sauna, maybe a swim spa, even a cold plunge. Those are huge these days. Well, you're not going to find a better time of year to save thousands bringing that relaxation home. Now look, the Georgia Spa Company Memorial Day tent sale is going to end on Memorial Day. Visit GeorgiaSpaCompany.com to find the showroom near you. So come on out today to save thousands at Georgia Spa Company's Memorial Day tent sale.
Springtime means more road construction. It's Smiler Mark McKay. Road work plus a distracted driver could lead to a wreck. Been hit and hurt? You need the strong arm. John Foy & Associates. They'll treat you with respect and compassion, all with zero upfront cost. JohnFoy.com.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call 404-390-4000. That's 404-390-4000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
For over 8 years now, QC Kinetics has been the nation's leader in non-surgical relief for joint pain with over 50,000 satisfied patients. People with knee and back pain now living pain-free, shoulder and hip pain gone. Hey, it's Mark Aram. What they're doing is nothing short of remarkable. They're using regenerative cell therapy to restore the tissues in your achy joints. They're using biologic growth factors with robust healing properties carefully and strategically placed in your joint. It's a powerful and potent way to give your joints new life, repairing that old tissue. Best part, with QC Kinetics, no drugs, no surgery, and there's no downtime. This is an all-natural, cellular-level option with lasting relief. The patient satisfaction reports are astonishing. Call QC Kinetics now and learn about these cutting-edge treatments that can help you live your best life, truly your best pain-free life. Call 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Kayaccio with our top story. Reaction today after 2 staff members of the Israeli embassy are killed in Washington, D.C.
This is another example of the Jewish community being targeted for the mere fact of being Jewish.
Eitan Davidson is Southeast Regional Director of the Anti-Defamation League. Charges are announced against the suspect.
CBS News special report. The man accused of murdering 2 Israeli embassy staff members outside the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. last night, who were just about to get engaged, was officially charged. Interim U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Janine Pirro, listed what 31-year-old Elias Rodriguez is facing.
Murder in the first degree for the murder of 30-year-old Yaron Levchinsky, a foreign official and official guest of the United States. The defendant Rodriguez is also charged with 2 counts of murder in the first degree for both Yaron Levchinsky along with 26-year-old Sarah Lynn Milgram of Kansas.
She also said this horrific crime will not be tolerated. Court documents say after he was arrested, Rodriguez said, quote, "I did it for Palestine. I did it for Gaza." CBS News special report. I'm Wendy Gillette.
85 degrees in Atlanta. Plenty of sun tomorrow. Will we be dodging storms Memorial Day weekend? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A mother is facing child cruelty charges after her 3-year-old son is found wandering on Belford Road in southeast Atlanta. A neighbor called 911 to report a crying little boy outside his house.
I just found a little kid out in my front yard at my door. He couldn't be about 3 or 4.
Atlanta police arrest Lakeisha Holmes along with the child's stepfather, Andre Roundtree. The child was suffering from malnutrition with minor scratches and lacerations. He was being checked out at Hughes Spalding Hospital. Happening now in downtown Atlanta, you may notice some interesting costumes with MomoCon going on this weekend.
Organizers expect 60,000 people to pack the 2 convention halls inside the Georgia World Congress Center for this weekend's events. MomoCon's Renee Cooper.
So our biggest footprint to date, and only expecting to go bigger in the future.
This marks the 20th year for the convention that celebrates cosplay, animation, gaming, and music. Delicia has been coming for the past 3 years and says it's always a fun time.
It's so festive and everything, and we just like the culture.
The convention is expected to have a more than $42 million economic impact on Atlanta. At MomoCon, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Mercedes-Benz is bringing hundreds of new jobs to Metro Atlanta.
The automaker currently employs 800 people at its U.S. headquarters in Sandy Springs, but that will soon jump by another 500 positions. They're closing some other North American offices and centralizing operations to Georgia, which the company says will ensure the best customer experience. Also in the works, a new multi-million-dollar research and development facility that will be built nearby. Governor Kemp says Georgia is leading the way in the future of mobility and technical innovation. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
New information on that deadly plane crash in San Diego. Officials now say 2 people are dead, 8 are injured after the small plane went down into a military housing neighborhood. Both of those killed were on the plane. The private jet struck about 15 homes. The upcoming Atlantic hurricane season is expected to be busy.
We're calling for 13 to 19 named storms. That's when we get to 39 miles an hour when we name the storms. Of these, 6 to 10 are forecast to become hurricanes, and 3 to 5 is the number of major hurricanes. That's Cat 3 and above.
National Weather Service Director Ken Graham says they'll have model upgrades this year, which will allow them to expand from 48 to 72 hours to issue the cones, watches, and warnings. Hurricane season begins June 1st. With many people hitting the road for Memorial Day weekend, the Georgia DOT is suspending all interstate lane closures. The suspension runs from tomorrow at noon through Tuesday, May 27th at 5 a.m. It is now 5:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And Triple Team Traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Cannot shake this trouble on the inner loop in DeKalb County. Some sort of stall or vehicle cleanup, 285 east or southbound the inner loop Chamblee-Tucker Road. It's been in a few left lanes, and that is what has just added to an already very slow ride back to Georgia 400. If you tried to head to downtown, that's no good as an alternate. We'll check that in just a second. We did find a new stall in DeKalb County, 285 westbound the inner loop Flat Shoals, exit number 48. If you're traveling also in DeKalb on I-20 eastbound, on and off the brakes in the work zone between Wesley Chapel and Panola. Westbound looking a little sluggish out of Lithonia, approaching the east side perimeter. How is that slow ride through downtown, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, it's very slow. 75-85 northbound. You're bumper to bumper starting at Langford Parkway, getting to 10th Street, and southbound rides, heavy delays beginning before the downtown merge, getting to I-20. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear skies this evening, sunset around 8:30. Temperatures in the upper 70s at that time.
daytime and breezy with wind gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. Lows tonight in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 79. Saturday, clouds return and a few isolated pop-up showers can't be ruled out, high near 80. Sunday and Monday, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Morning lows in the 60s, daytime highs in the mid-80s.
84 now in Covington, 85 in Stockbridge, and 80 in Canton. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hey, it's Belinda for the board-certified plastic surgeons at Marietta Plastic Surgery. I've trusted their team for years. Doctors West, McNeil, Hanna, and Biswas have been serving the Atlanta area for over 25 years with expert surgical and non-surgical care. With warmer weather on the way, are you summer ready? Marietta Plastic Surgery is here to help you look and feel your best. They now offer Awake Liposuction, a less invasive way to sculpt your body with less downtime. And their med spa still has all your go-to treatments like Botox and fillers, microneedling, Diamond Glow, hydrofacials, and Morpheus 8 for radiant, glowing skin. Looking to restore thinning hair or reshape your hairline? Marietta Plastic Surgery is the only practice in the region that offers the gold standard in hair restoration, the Foundation Aesthetic Hair Restoration Method. Visit MariettaPlasticSurgery.com to schedule your consultation today.
Hope. It's more than a word. It's a breakthrough in the making. At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, with teams of experts working together to personalize a treatment plan right down to your DNA with unprecedented speed, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Get back on your feet, medical bills paid, and your case resolved. SteelHorseLaw.com.
If I said to focus your energy, where would you start? Let's say you run a business, a school campus, a hospital, or a government facility. Finding ways to save can be overwhelming, but Georgia Power has energy efficiency tips and rebates to help. Things like improving lighting with LEDs, making HVAC upgrades, adding building controls, and more. Look, you've got a business to run and numbers to hit. Georgia Power can help you focus your energy where it matters most. Learn more at georgiapower.com/biz.
Don't ignore cracking bricks and concrete or boat walls. You could be ignoring foundation problems. AquaGuard Foundation Solutions knows these signs could lead to a reduction in your home's value. Visit aquaguard.net today to book your free inspection. Remember,
AquaGuard. Because she's fine, I'll wait in line.
There you go. Again, JC, you got like a new thing here. You're like, you got little kind of jokey songs for about sex.
Novelty.
Little novelty hits. Yeah. Johnny Cash sings the novelty hits. I like it.
It says that of all the 583 men, that the ghost of Johnny Cash was one of the men.
Well, that was 539. Didn't officially count. The Guinness guy was there.
June watched.
I believe the ghost of Johnny Cash is the next witness at the Diddy trial. There's a lot that
He's
you've
doing
seen.
Everything.
Well, he can see now through everything that's going on.
Oh yeah,
Johnny, are you going to turn her to Bonnie Cash?
Bonnie Cash.
No.
Get all your dead friends, Waylon.
I don't swing that way.
All right, enough of that nonsense. I love Johnny Cash, besmirching his great name. I blame George. So, we ready to do?
It depends. There is a really good "What's the Buzz" story we can end, but I love Paul. I think we do Paul. Let's do Paul. Let's do Paul.
Wait! You can't tease us that, Paul. You can't tease us that way.
I don't care.
Well, I think that means you do care. That sounded to me like you care a lot. I think is what that sounded.
Let's do Paul. I don't want to keep him waiting anymore.
All right, but the audience is. If there's a good story, are you hiding it from the audience? A good story? Just give me the headline.
Let's just say there's a drug.
Paul will decide.
Drug smuggling cat caught trying to sneak into prison with cocaine and heroin strapped to back.
Man, I got nothing to say.
They're calling like a guy a cat?
No. Man,
like
that cat.
Hey, he's a real cool cat.
That cool cat over there, man. He's floating in here with his H on his back. He's got some H on his back.
Yeah.
It's like a tiger in a sack.
And it roars.
Oh, yeah.
He did it back to back to back. The man, that cool cat, has got some H on his back. Let's do this.
Hi, this is Paul Stanley, and this is Paul Stanley's Music News on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
Actually, the lawyers have told me to let the audience know that this, in fact, and indeed, is Paul Entertainment News International, Stanley.
That's right.
And Paul gets jealous, too, with he wants to be able to do it, too.
Yeah.
Why would I be jealous
I
of
think there's
anything?
a cut like this, a deep cut on The Elder that kind of starts like
Yeah,
that.
it's very jazz hands.
You guys are going through your jazz phase.
It was a jazz album at its core.
At its core.
At its core.
But you had to dig really deep because you wouldn't
did.
notice it
You
at
needed
all.
You needed a very strong shovel. You
Hey.
dig? Oh, I get it.
Are you doing a Jazz Fest this weekend? Are you coming?
I don't like jazz.
Oh,
No, I
okay.
love jazz. Jazz is great music, but I will not.
You just say that. You're not sitting at home listening to jazz.
I listen to David Sanborn albums all the time.
Okay, all right.
Spyro Gyra.
I was never a big fan of Spyro Gyra.
Good
so,
jazz.
yeah, I guess.
Kenny G.
That's wouldn't that fall in that category of like jazz
Smooth
fusion?
jazz. Smooth jazz.
So, I like music that has edge. My problem is with that kind of jazz that
Smooth jazz.
Not smooth. What's the other one? I just said it. I can't think of the word again. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. What's the jazz? It's not smooth jazz. I just said it. The other one.
Electric jazz.
Oh, for heaven's
Acid
sake.
jazz.
No, I just said it, except I didn't get enough sleep last night. The kind of jazz I don't. There's a Spyro Gyra. It's not smooth jazz.
I thought that was smooth jazz.
No, it's. Oh, damn it all. Why can't I just said the damn word.
Well,
I shouldn't be forgetting the word because it's music that I cannot stand. I don't forget EDM.
Cool
I know.
jazz.
Not cool jazz.
Hot jazz.
No, not
Jazz
hot.
fusion.
Jazz fusion. Thank you very much.
You never said those words.
Did I not say? Okay, I thought I did.
No.
Well, maybe I did. I mention I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and I don't really care for jazz fusion because it just kind of whirls around. It's the jam band of jazz. No hard edges. You know, music.
What about Steely Dan? They were sort of jazzy.
But they had ding. That had
Are they
edge.
jazz? I thought they were like future. or
Listen
something
to
like that.
Asia. That album has a lot of jazz on it.
Well, the one after it even more. Wouldn't you say, Gaucho?
Oh, Gaucho's
I mean,
good
they
too.
got in trouble. They got sued, and they stole something from Keith, whatever his name is, the
Whitley?
pianist. No, the pianist.
One
Keith
of-
Jarrett, I think his name is. And they stole something from him, and
Any
now,
relation to Dale?
yeah, I think that actually he taught Dale how to drive.
Okay.
And then he was also a great jazz pianist at the same time. A story that not enough people talk about. But I believe Hey 19 maybe now or something that was on that album he's a co-writer now, but he wasn't at first.
that's
he had to
cool.
sue to get that. Yeah.
So one of you, I don't know if it was Tim or it was you, Eric, but
It's
I've been
probably
listening.
me. I mean, it depends. It was something that was really said that was really smart.
Well, then I've just been
Probably
listening
me.
to a lot of Steely Dan lately. I've just been mixing it in, and strangely, like when you say jazz, like I hear it a little bit now, but I feel like it's like jazz adjacent.
No, it's very jazz. A lot of
Depends on
it
the
was
album.
very the early stuff isn't, but once
Right.
they got to like
The album
Dirty
Asia for
Work?
sure.
Dirty Work is jazz.
That's not jazz. That's not what we're talking about.
Okay.
Dirty
No.
Work is early.
that's early.
Why am I
Okay.
talking like Paul?
Because you're Paul. That's how you are. That's
Listen-
what you're
Paul knows
paid
about
to be
Steely
right
Dan.
now.
Listen to the song Asia, which is
Okay.
on the album Asia, which some people like jerks go, oh no, it's Aja. Well, listen to the song,
It's not.
stupid.
It's a girl's name.
It's Asia.
It's a girl's name. So it's
You're a girl's name.
Well, good comeback.
Oh, got
You know what?
him.
If you get the host,
Got him.
if you get the host that good, he just has to say goodnight. The show's over. I mean, I'm humiliated.
Play the music, George. It's over.
The drums in the instrumental segment in that song Asia
Yeah.
were improvised by like their fifth drummer.
Oh, no,
they had a
that's insane.
session drummer and they couldn't get the right thing, and he comes in and knocks it out, and they kept it.
Yeah, it was insane the way they made that. But no, there's a lot of jazz signature
No, that makes
stuff
sense.
inside of
now,
this stuff.
now that I just never
later, but later.
when
and
I-
if you're listening to Steely Dan all the time and you're not listening to the album Asia, shame on you.
I'm shuffling around through some of it. I'm not listening exclusively.
You
to
gotta
Steely
listen
Dan.
to that whole album.
You do this thing where you listen to
gotta
only
that
one
whole-
artist.
No, you got to listen to that whole album.
He's
it's
a
a
can't
whole.
buy
It's
a thrill guy.
Okay, that's fine. I like that. I'm just saying you can't be talking about Steely Dan and you haven't listened to the album Asia.
I have listened to the album Asia.
Oh
before.
yeah. What's the fifth song on the album?
Oh, I don't know that.
It's the one that didn't become a hit.
Where's Ricky? Don't lose my number. Where's what album?
That's
is that?
not on that album. That's on. Is that on the?
That might be after.
Is that on?
Deacon Blues?
That is Asia.
That's the first song on Asia.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
oh,
not.
no, Peg is.
No, it's not. You know what you're talking about.
What's
Black
the first
Cow.
song?
Black Cow
Oh,
is the
that's
first
right.
song.
Get outta
and
here.
then Asia, And then I think is Deacon Blues. Is that third song? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm the host.
Okay, Jazz Fusion.
That's your new name, Jazz Fusion.
Jazzy Fusion.
Oh, do you want a story before we go to the commercial?
Yeah, we might. At this point, we're just rambling, and I don't know if the audience likes it or not.
Hello, Eric.
But
Hello.
here's the thing: whether the audience likes it or not, I just signed for 3 more years. So do whatever the hell you want.
I just
Paul.
want to hear Trump do all these songs from Asia.
Well, Tim Andrews is working on it.
You're a big black cow.
Hey, get out of here. Boy, oh boy, these are good-looking guys.
Oh
boy, Peg.
It
will come back to you, Peg.
She was like a she became a snooty actress or something.
I saw your picture. Your
Is she
name and lights above it.
Is she doing pornos? Is that the idea,
No,
or is she becoming
just a snooty bitch actress.
Okay,
That
all right.
song, by the way, had a huge comeback on TikTok, but it's not Steely Dan's version. It's a
Oh,
different
good. I'm
version.
sure it's much better. I'm sure it's Jelly Roll or something. I'm sure you.
Oh, Jelly
My wife,
Even I
wife
don't
was
like
like,
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll is fantastic. So I'm like, okay, great. All right, he's great. He's great. It's fantastic.
He's lost a lot of weight, okay?
Has he?
He has lost a lot of weight.
I saw him on American Idol. Was that he looked like he was pretty? But my wife
still
was
big.
My wife was catching up. So this is like from weeks ago.
Maybe he's put it all back.
I love my wife, but this morning she wanted to talk about American Idol, and I was just waking up. Was it really?
Is there ever time to talk about America?
Well, and you're married, and you want to listen to your wife, and she's telling you about. She said there was a lot of Jesus in this year of American Idol. A lot of Southern and a lot of
Makes
churches.
sense. Carrie Underwood's
boy,
back.
these are good-looking guys.
That was not a part of it. Thank you very much. I want to say that. Alex Williams says 285 is a parking lot between Dunwoody and Doraville. That's figurative.
It's looking pretty much like it this afternoon, Eric. I think it's going to get a little bit better, though, because we had a stall that was in 2 left lanes for close to an hour. 285 Easter southbound, the Interloop Chamblee-Tucker. They just got it cleared, but nothing but brake lights all the way back to Georgia 400. Hopefully that will start to improve. You don't want to take 400 southbound to try to avoid it because you're on and off the brakes the whole way, starting in Sandy Springs from 285. Then it gets much slower once you reach Buckhead there at Lennox Road. 75 southbound heading into town, jams in right around Moore's Mill, and the long slow ride continues on the connector southbound through that Grady Hospital curve. Northbound delays from Langford Parkway up to Freedom Parkway. That's also causing I-20 both east and westbound to slow trying to ramp onto the connector. 400 northbound, you're seeing some brake lights leaving Sandy Springs, 285 up to the North Springs MARTA station, then sluggish between Alpharetta and Cumming. How's the ride on I-85 toward Gwinnett County, Kobe Dawkins?
Yeah, brake lights beginning before Chamblee-Tucker Road, stretching to Jimmy Carter Boulevard, and then you're on and off the brakes from Highway 316 to I-985. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
It pays to have the WSB radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
Oh my God.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances a day to win $5,000.
It's a Blitz.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
Oh, that's cool.
From 95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB radio app now.
Skip the hassle of constant cleaning and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hi, this is Mark Spain. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home stress-free, make the most money, and move on your timeline. One of our clients, Tyra, said, thanks to Mark Spain Real Estate, our home had several cash offers within 24 hours of it being on the market, and we closed in less than a month. Find out what your guaranteed offer would be and close in as little as 21 days. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com. And start packing.
Remember that first paycheck when you started working all those years ago? You looked at the net amount and thought, whoa, what happened here? Ah, the joy of taxes. It could be this way with your retirement accounts. You know how much you've saved, but if you haven't planned for Uncle Sam, you could come up short in retirement. With tax laws constantly changing, there's a lot you need to know to make sure you're not paying more than your fair share. Financial advisor Mark Lloyd and the Lloyd Advisory Group can help you create a plan that shows you how taxes could affect you now and in the future. Set up your tax strategy session with Mark and the team at the Lloyd Advisory Group now. Call 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Make sure you know how these changes could affect you so you can avoid some of those whoa moments in retirement. Call 770-766-5611. Insurance products and services offered through Lloyd Advisory Group. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
For many of you, it's happening. Your hair's thinning, your crown's disappearing, and maybe hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. Well, I got good news. It's Advanced Hair's incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts regrowing your own natural hair the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's Mark Aaron back with you. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what about regrowing your hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to their world-class physicians, it's not maybe your hair will regrow. It's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, and I've seen their results, friends. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
Yeah, I'll tell you later. We have an audience now.
Yeah.
You know how it is, Paul, Entertainment News
You have an
International.
audience.
Stanley.
They expect to be entertained,
And they
not to
deserve-
have interstitial speaking and talk.
That's right. And that's our obligation as entertainers, is it not?
Yeah.
To entertain the audience.
Just let the guitarist go out there and do a little solo. You know?
Or the drummer.
Oh.
The drummer.
The drummer can do that too.
The drum solo when everybody goes to the bathroom.
That's right. Zach Starkey's available.
Well, hey, that's true. The Who fired him again.
Ringo got mad, I heard. I was looking for the audio because he was on like BBC or
Oh,
something.
he got all mad, huh?
Well,
Why
he
did
just
that
said,
happen?
well, have you not been following the
Because Roger's
Who?
a jerk.
Well, I think Rogers. I think he's starting to.
Starting to turn.
Well, I just think it's starting to happen. You know how, like at the very beginning, when you start going into that old man thing,
Yeah.
anger is like the first thing, and I think Zach Starkey got it from there. What do you have a package?
You
or
know what,
something?
Autumn asks a question and we deliver. Here's a package for her.
Drummer Zach Starkey writes on Instagram that he was fired by The Who 2 weeks after being reinstated. He was first fired in April. Then posts indicated things were patched up. Starkey, who was Ringo Starr's son, said yesterday he was asked by the band to say he had quit to pursue other musical endeavors, but that, he says, would be a lie. The Who then announced that Starkey was out, naming a replacement. The band is set to embark on a North American farewell tour in August, starting in Florida. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
All they had was like 10 more shows or something. They couldn't work it out for 10 more shows. And how about the new drummer who's not deemed important enough to even have his name dropped in that story?
No.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Hey, I
maybe
got some guy out the street.
They could have asked ChatGPT who it was and put it in the
That's
story.
I think that whole story came from ChatGPT.
I think Pete and
Roger
are really missing something here because there's legacy in the Starr last name.
There certainly is.
And
he's been there 29 years.
Zach has been there so long.
He's been on 2 albums, been there 29 years, the longest running drummer ever. And there are people now, boy, this gets people going. But there are musicians, drummers, who will say quietly that Zach Starkey is the best drummer the Who has ever had.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, that's a controversial one.
Keith was a personality.
That's right.
And a lot of fun
Mhm.
if you weren't a woman. But he was a character.
He was like a drummer that was like a lead singer.
And he played really hard.
He sure did.
But he didn't have the skill, the technique
Now,
that Zach has.
Can I say this? That if you go back to the first years of The Who, before they got into arena rock, when they were doing singles and stuff like that, kind of their image was these guys don't like each other.
Yeah.
Like that first movie, the first doc that I ever saw about them in the 70s, I think it's Kids Are All Right. I know they made another movie called that some years ago that was a movie, but this is a documentary about The Who. And the whole platform from which the movie got was based on the fact these guys fight all the time. They don't like each other. So, and then you had these years in the middle where they became old men who got along. And here at the very end, and they're fighting with each other again. So really, it's kind of full circle. There was a time where you went to see The Who and you knew these guys don't like each other.
Yeah.
They never have.
Well, you do that many
Pete Townsend didn't like Roger Daltrey until like 1969. They started the band.
I never knew that was like part of their shtick.
Yeah, it was part of their whole thing. But in reality, until they did Tommy, and Roger Daltrey stepped up and said, "I want to play the part," and Pete Townsend saw him throw himself into it. Pete Townsend says that's when he first realized, oh, this guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
He'd been in the band with him for 5 years at that point.
Gemini says, by the way, the new replacement drummer is Scott DeVores.
Yeah, no, he was he's Roger Daltrey's solo tour drummer for the last few years. Gemini, is that another dancer at Magic City?
She's an OnlyFans or OnlyFans model.
Try the lemon pepper wet. Bye, guys.
You like that?
I love it.
Oh, but I'll decide when you're done.
Oh, I thought we were kicking me out.
Okay, well, I'll decide that.
Okay.
You may or may not be
I'll
back.
stay here. I'll go to the bathroom and come back.
Well, yeah, go to the bathroom. Yeah, empty your bladder.
I will.
Alex Williams is checking the ride on I-20 into Lithia Springs.
Yeah, if you're leaving downtown, I-20 westbound, looking pretty good inside the perimeter, but brake lights find you right around Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, trying to get past I-285, the west side perimeter, and then you'll stay on and off that brake pedal toward a Thornton Road exit 44. A few sunshine delays there, traveling out west into DeKalb County, 20 eastbound, sluggish between Wesley Chapel and Panola Road in that work zone. I-20 westbound, seeing some brake lights, some merging madness, passing the mall at Stonecrest there near Lithonia Industrial Boulevard. Also seeing some brake lights on I-75 northwest of town, Kobe Dawkins.
That's correct. 75 northbound, seeing the brake lights pack in before the South 120 loop, getting into Ackworth just before Highway 92, and 575 northbound, slight tap of the brakes getting into Woodstock. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
For over 8 years now, QC Kinetics has been the nation's leader in non-surgical relief for joint pain, with over 50,000 satisfied patients. People with knee and back pain now living pain-free, shoulder and hip pain gone. Hey, it's Mark here. What they're doing is nothing short of remarkable. They're using regenerative cell therapy to restore the tissues in your achy joints. They're using biologic growth factors with robust healing properties carefully and strategically placed in your joint. It's a powerful and potent way to give your joints new life, repairing that old tissue. Best part, with QC Kinetics, no drugs, no surgery, and there's no downtime. This is an all-natural, cellular level option with lasting relief. The patient satisfaction reports are astonishing. Call QC Kinetics now and learn about these cutting-edge treatments that can help you live your best life, truly your best pain-free life. Call 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers, to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
EMC Security.
Meet EMC Security's hero of the home.
After some break-ins in my neighborhood, it got me thinking about my family's security. A friend recommended EMC Security, so I called them. Now I have peace of mind that my family is safe without having to sign a long-term contract.
Way to go, Sarah. Be the hero of your home with no contracts, fast and reliable monitoring, and rates as low as $16.95.
EMC Security. Smart protection for a safer tomorrow.
These days, the Atlanta real estate market is just like Atlanta weather, unpredictable. Hi, I'm Deborah Morton, host of Inside Georgia Real Estate here on WSB every Saturday at 1 p.m. If there was ever a time to work with a true real estate expert, now is that time. In all my years in residential real estate, this is the most change and volatility I've seen. A misstep could cost thousands. This is when experience matters. My team and I are passionate about providing clarity to our clients through our expertise in real estate. So, if you're thinking of buying or selling a home, we can give you that clarity so you can make great choices and the best decisions. And yes, I host Inside Georgia Real Estate here on WSB, but you don't have to wait until Saturday for help. Go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com and ask me anything. My team and I are here for you. Go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com for clarity in buying or selling your home.
WSB Atlanta.
WSB-FM and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story, a mother is arrested after her 3-year-old son is found wandering in the street in southeast Atlanta at night.
I just found a little kid out in my front yard at my door. He couldn't be about 3 or 4.
The caller to Atlanta 911 describes a screaming, crying small stranger in his Belfort Road front yard with a bloody scrape on his head.
What color shirt and pants is he wearing?
He don't have on any. He just have on underwear and got a blanket around him.
The boy was taken to the hospital with defects now stepping in too. Atlanta police say his mother and stepfather, 30-year-olds Lakeisha Holmes and Andre Roundtree, were taken to jail on charges of second-degree child cruelty and reckless conduct. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
84 degrees in Atlanta. Sunshine back tomorrow before rain chances return for Memorial Day weekend. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. The suspect in the deadly shooting of 2 Israeli embassy staff members in Washington, D.C. is formally charged today. Elias Rodriguez faces 2 counts of first-degree murder along with murder of foreign officials and 2 firearm-related charges. Rodriguez was taken into custody following the shooting outside of the Capitol Jewish Museum. Southeast Regional Director of the Anti-Defamation League, Eitan Davidson, says attacks like this usually lead to more.
We have seen how this kind of anti-Semitic inspired violence has motivated numerous mass shootings of the last several years.
He says this is another example of the Jewish community being targeted for merely being Jewish. A new report on hate in the U.S. The Southern Poverty Law Center finds more than 1,300 hate or anti-government groups operating in our country.
The report documents 50 of these groups are operating in Georgia, while the overall number nationwide is down 5%. The SPLC finds that's because these groups feel their views are more mainstream. Georgia NAACP President Gerald Griggs.
I think the most important impact that's happening at the local and state level is the feeling on the ground that we are going backward.
The report recommends supporting civil rights programs and making hate crime reporting mandatory as 2 ways to address the spread of these groups. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
The embattled mayor of the city of South Fulton is indicted for criminal trespassing. Mayor Khalid Kamau faces the misdemeanor charge in connection with an incident from July 2023 when he was accused of entering a home on Cascade Palmetto Highway without permission. Kamau, who also goes by Mayor Kobe, has been accused in South Fulton of misusing city money. He announced last month he will not seek re-election. Plenty of tears at a hearing in Henry County today as the woman who killed a little girl at a school bus stop is sentenced.
Kaylee Andre wept openly during the proceedings, recounting the events of last February when she ignored flashing bus signals and struck 8-year-old Adeline Pierce. The emotional proceedings included a victim impact statement from Addie's mom, Ashley.
My forgiveness does not negate the profound consequences of Kaylee's recklessness. Therefore, Your Honor, I pray that the sentence you deliver today reflects the gravity of her actions.
Judge Holly Neal sentencing the remorseful Andre to 15 years with 8 to serve, followed by probation. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
An Atlanta police lieutenant faces sexual battery charges after he's accused of groping a rideshare driver. 45-year-old Kyle Kleinhens was booked into the Fulton County Jail earlier this week. The rideshare driver tells police she picked up Kleinhens from a bar on Howell Mill Road over the weekend. He was off duty at the time. She says he touched her inappropriately during the ride, forcing her to pull over and call for help. Kleinhens is relieved of his duty for now, and an investigation is underway. All new at 6 o'clock, the Douglas County Animal Shelter is under a mandatory quarantine after a virus outbreak.
The shelters get kennel cough, but this kind of turned into pneumonia quickly. So we sent out some lab testing about 48 hours ago. Got some of the results back that show that there's a pneumovirus.
Douglas County Animal Services Director Vanessa Francikowski says they have more than a dozen sick dogs. They'll be closed about 2 weeks. It is now 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Just picked up a new crash. It's got itself mostly on the left shoulder, but no authorities on scene yet in Kennesaw. 575 northbound Bells Ferry Road, exit number 4. If you're traveling 400 northbound out of Sandy Springs, you're seeing some brake lights from 285 75, but improving the closer you get to Northridge, exit 6. 85 northbound, it's actually improving already this afternoon on and off the brake pedal from Chamblee Tucker Road, but gets much better once you get past Jimmy Carter. Secondary slow zone, 85 northbound from Sugarloaf Parkway up into Swanee, passing or up to the I-9-85 split. Definitely not improving through downtown, Kobe Dawkins.
No, 75-85 northbound, you're jammed beginning at Highway 166 around the Grady Curve past Spring Street. 75 south, you pack in at Moores Mill Road, and 85 southbound. Those delays begin at the Georgia 400 merge, both getting to I-20. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear skies this evening, sunset around 8:30. Temperatures in the upper 70s at that time, and breezy with wind gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. Lows tonight in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 79. Saturday, clouds return, and a few isolated pop-up showers can't be ruled out, high near 80. Sunday and Monday, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Morning lows in the 60s, daytime highs in the mid-80s.
Right now it's 79 in Sandy Springs, 81 in Douglasville, and 80 in Decula. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
All right. High and proud, Caiaccio. Hour 4 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now.
Let's see those toes, Bill. Let's see those 4 toes.
He confuses me sometimes because he puts up both hands, and I think it might be hour 8.
He puts the toes, hour 12, hour 16.
I mean, come on. What, I got to be here all night? Come on, Caiaccio. I do have a life. Before we move on to the next story, I just want to say that about the whole Zach Starkey thing is that it was the concept of Ringo getting mad on BBC. I wish I could find it, but I don't think it's been a while since I heard Ringo getting mad.
Get over here, Daltrey. We'll settle this like men. I'll smack you around.
Peace and love. Love and peace.
No autographs as I beat Roger Daltrey with a drumstick.
Love and peace. Whoa, hey, what are we just...
Aha, you got fooled again, didn't you?
You better not see you around Liverpool.
Yeah, well, I'm not there very often either.
You don't like Liverpool, do you?
I love it now.
You said you didn't like Liverpool.
But then I changed my mind.
That's because the people of Liverpool got mad at you and said you weren't welcome there.
Well, I grew up there, and I love it. No autographs.
Now, are you going to show
Peace
up?
And love.
Now, Ringo, are you going to show up at this Beatles festival at the Abbey Road on the River this weekend?
You just wanted somebody to talk about that.
No. I'm surprised Eric's not going. 50 bands from around the world.
None of them the Beatles.
Let me tell you something. If the Beatles were there and it was in Indiana or whatever, I'd go.
I could see Autumn there. They gather in Jeffersonville, Indiana, and they rock out as what is billed the America's biggest Beatles tribute festival.
No, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to go that and look around, and I'm going to be the youngest person there. Yeah,
I
that's going to be a
doubt
great
it.
rock and roll
Doubt it.
situation.
Guess what their food area is called?
Hold on. It should be something obvious from a song. I don't know.
Edomania.
Oh, God. And every band has to wear wigs. No, thanks.
You've got your 60s Beatles. Well, they're all 60s Beatles, so let me start over.
60s.
You've got the young uniform Beatles, then you got the hippie Beatles,
Yeah.
the Sgt. Pepper Beatles, the Get Back Beatles.
Yeah.
All the iterations of the Beatles.
But none of them are actually
I want him
Beatles.
to do number 9. Number 9.
Oh, that's 1 hour.
By the way, that if you had a Beatles cover band, that would be the best name for it. Number 9.
The headliner, Lawrence Juber.
Oh, he was in the last iteration of Wings.
That's right.
That did not last very long and is only on Back to the Egg. And then the next album, Tug of War, was supposed to be a Wings album, but George Martin got involved, and he basically said, get these losers out of here. You don't need them anymore. And then George Martin basically broke up Wings at that point. And so this guy, who's a really good guitarist, just ended up in one.
Yeah.
He was in, you're in Paul McCartney's band. And a year later, we decided to break it up.
I'm looking for VIP tickets.
He's a really good guitarist.
By the way, it's not just Beatles, because Peaceful Easy Laurel Canyon tribute.
Oh, boy.
But you got your Eagles and stuff like that. The
I used to play Charles Manson in that
Yes.
outfit. I would show up and scare everybody.
Oh, wait a
Okay,
minute.
but for real though, Eric, you would not. You would probably not be the youngest, by the oldest.
Yeah, I don't think so at all.
Beatles versus
No.
Stones, a musical showdown.
These are going to be all your people.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'll tell you a little
What do
story.
you like?
I'll tell you a little story.
They're too old.
Let me tell you a little story.
Don't you want to go to Indiana? Come
well,
on.
listen, that's
we all want to go to Indiana.
Well, that's where Prince Charles went for his honeymoon. That's a joke I heard Andy Warhol tell us. I just thought it was a pretty damn good joke. No, I don't know. I wouldn't. I think, the story I was going to tell is I went to see Peter Gabriel in 2012 with my buds, and it was fantastic. It was like a 25-year, it was just the So album, other stuff. He was older, he was bigger, but he was great. Still had a great voice. It was wonderful. I left there thinking, man, that was fantastic. And then, of course, they put out the Blu-ray of it. And I couldn't enjoy it at all because they kept showing the audience, and it was all people who looked like me. And I was like, that's not rock and roll. Don't show people who look like me. And then just watching it, I just got depressed. Like, I'm one of those people. Oh, my goodness. What happened?
So you could complain about that, but, overall, the prices are... You complain about concert...
Well, the cover bands.
The prices are good.
Hey, if McCartney can get 1,000, we can get 1,000.
They're good. They're really good for an ultimate ticket to ride all weekend pass. $330.
How is
I'm
that?
really disappointed by the name of the place where you can get food, like the Row or whatever.
The
It
Beatles.
should have been something way more clever.
You would think, well, I don't know. They had
Like Strawberry Lane or
Strawberry Lane, Honey Pie. That would work.
Savoy Truffle.
Savoy Truffle.
Savoy Truffle. Cream Tangerine.
Yellow Submarine sandwiches.
Yellow Submarine sandwiches, I guarantee you, are there. Footlongs.
Ginger sling with a pineapple ball.
People hate it when we talk about the Beatles.
No, but I'm saying...
Anytime we talk about the Beatles.
But this is relevant, though. This is the biggest Beatles
festival. Are the Guinness people involved?
It says here that it's
no,
America's biggest Beatles tribute festival.
If the Guinness people are not involved, they just had...
What if
3,000
Guinness
Smurfs? Well, Guinness Beer actually is behind Guinness Book of World Records. Did people know this? It started out as a marketing thing, and the two Guinness brothers or whatever, and so they started it as and they gave, this is what happened, as a marketing thing for Guinness, they gave their first Book of World Records to pubs for free. So people would go in and they look at the thing. It was Guinness labeled. That's how it all started. And it was actually things that you would think should have a world record. Not like now. I just read a story the other day where it was like 3,026 people. It's the biggest Smurf gathering ever.
It's in France, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a thing. The strongest man in the world. That's a thing.
Most puke in a book.
Yes. We had 1,000 people who all vomited at the same time.
Guinness
it's the
World Record.
largest mass vomiting, says Guinness.
So this doesn't count here. 3,076 Smurfs came together to break the world record.
There's no
in
such thing
France.
as
No
Smurf.
record. What's the breaking? How are you breaking the record?
One Smurf would be the record because they don't exist.
Yeah, no, well, they're dressed up like Smurfs.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, they're not.
Dorks.
The Guinness Book of World Records, another thing they've ruined.
Yeah, it
with
used
their-
to be those two fat twins.
Yeah.
On their motorcycle.
Are they still alive?
I think they're dead.
I hope so. I hope not, actually. So they didn't
You know
see
what?
the demise
No.
of Guinness.
No, it turns out that they died shortly after that picture was taken. They ran into a tree. Did you know that?
Is
it
that
had
true?
nothing to do with their weight.
Wow.
No, I made it up.
Oh.
I just made it up. But wouldn't it be an interesting world if it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so I put the full weekend pass in my cart for you here, Eric. $330.
Good. Yeah, I'm going. Plus the air travel. Call up Ryanair.
You can stand all the way.
I'll just walk. As long as I'm going to stand, I'm able to get some exercise.
I'll get you a private jet out of PDK.
That'd be funny if the airline charged you for walking. It's our walking fare.
It's really low, $39 to London.
Yeah.
With this ticket,
Wow, that's so cheap.
you get VIP tent
They
access.
give you a raft.
Yeah. It's a workout, guys. It's a
Yeah.
nice, you get some buff arms
Let
on
me
your
tell
way
you
to
something. Your
London
core,
town.
by the time you get to London town, your core is going to be solid.
Did
Solid.
they say that in the article where it's like,
Oh
engage
yeah,
your core to
they
stand?
did. This airline that wants you to stand on your flights is like, you'll get in
we
shape.
just care about your, health.
good for your posture.
Yeah, you don't have to do leg day anymore when you fly on these kind of seats.
Can I ask you something now that we're talking about this kind of thing? I've been on not many flights, but a couple of flights I've been on. As a matter of fact, when I'm on the way to Phoenix, there was the moment where, is there a doctor on board? And so there was a thing that happened. It was way up, away from me, but I could see it went on for a good long time. And then I hear one flight attendant, somebody says something to a flight attendant, like, good thing there was a doctor on board. And the flight attendant goes, There always is. Like, is there? Is there always? Like it just so happens that you're going to get something. At the very least, you're going to get a podiatrist who had to go through
I have
GP.
a doctorate in English.
Everybody's board certified, eligible.
Sure. Yeah, but I'm saying this, there was only one guy who said he was a doctor. It was a full plane. And I don't know what was going on. I think it looked like panic attack kind of thing. I'm not sure because he kind of just basically calmed them down. I think shot some drug into him. But like out of the full flight, there was only one guy who was a doctor. Like, what are there always is. Is that true on Frontier even?
Oh, yeah, it depends on your airline.
On Frontier.
Hey, I was going to ask if there's a doctor on board, but I just remembered we're Frontier.
No,
okay,
Frontier.
Well, are there any, I don't know.
Hi, I'm Dr. Demento.
Yeah,
Eagle Scout, anything.
A veterinarian,
veterinarian, somebody. Yeah, you don't want to have an incident on Ryanair, Spirit, or Frontier. There's not going to be a doctor on board.
There is something positive about having the standing seats, by adding more capacity to the flights, there is a higher likelihood of there being a doctor on board.
No doctor is going to stand while they fly to. It's just not going to happen. I mean, you might get an intern, somebody going through the residency, perhaps, possibly. Alex Williams is watching the brake light battle through downtown.
Yeah, and to add some insult to injury, Eric, we just found a new stall in a right center lane, 7585 north, before I-20 exit 247, adding to the already slow ride back to Langford Parkway. Once you get past that stall, you're not going to find any relief from the brake pedal getting north of I-20 until you make your way up into Midtown. Southbound, 75 southbound, budget about 30 minutes from Moores Mill Road down to I-20, with 400 south still jamming in around Lenox Road. New trouble on I-75 in Cobb County, Kobe Dawkins.
And it's going northbound right at Highway 5 exit 267. Stalled big rig knocking out your left center lane, adding to the delays past the South 120 loop. And some better news on 575 northbound. All lanes were blocked and reopened at Bells Ferry Road exit 4, so those delays back to I-75 should start to improve. And this report is sponsored by Georgia United Credit Union. Ready for a financial partner that puts you first? Discover the difference at Georgia United Credit Union. Visit gucu.org/join, insured by NCUA. From the Cool Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Where you get your news is where you win.
Download the WSB app and get ready for the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Amazing.
5 chances a day to win $5,000.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Are you serious?
Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Oh, no.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
On 95.5 WSB.
You know what really stinks about having your house over a crawl space other than the smell of dead rodents, water intrusion, and mold? Nothing. Dave Baker here. Now is the season to let AquaGuard Foundation Solutions save your crawl space from bad things down there and make the air you breathe in your home healthier with a crawl space encapsulation. Simply set up a free inspection at aquaguard.net. AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. There's a reason they're the trusted local experts. Say the name.
AquaGuard.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 6/22/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Homeowners, are your windows and doors sticking, or you notice cracks in the drywall? You might have a big problem. Serious issues need the serious experts at Engineered Solutions of Georgia. Go to ESOGrepair.com.
Dial 678 ESOG now.
All right. Well, we really ponder really stupid things during the commercials, but it keeps us fresh, I guess.
No, it's Keeps the wheel going.
We were trying to figure out if the Buffalo Bills were the only team whose logo is based on the city name rather than the nickname.
But we determined that Green Bay at least is another one.
Green Bay's
because
another
they have the GB on there.
Because it's usually Panthers or is a Panther,
Right.
Jet is a Jet, Dolphin's a Dolphin.
Falcon's a Falcon.
Because they could have Buffalo Bills is really for the guy Buffalo Bill and his traveling whatever.
Cody.
Yeah, Buffalo Bill Cody. So they could have had like something that was a little bit like that first Bucks. Remember the first Tampa Bay Bucks logo where it had the swashbuckler?
Oh,
with
yeah,
he had
yeah.
like the hat and
Was that the creamsicle one?
Creamsicle.
Yeah, and he had
I actually like those
He had like the
uniforms.
knife in his teeth or whatever.
Yep.
So they could have had one like that was Buffalo Bill. They never.
Wasn't Buffalo the city where once the buffalo hides would come in over the Great Lakes and up the river,
Is that how it got
was
its name?
where they would take all the skins from there and then send them other places.
And
I
then-
think.
Yeah, and then and then Josh Allen was born.
Yes. But
I think it's a direct.
But he's from California, though.
Huh?
Isn't he from
No,
Fresno?
I thought he was born in Bill's Stadium.
Oh, he
on
was.
the 50-yard
Yes,
line.
he was.
Are you saying that's not true?
Highmark Stadium?
His dad was a buffalo.
His dad was a buffalo.
Oh, bison.
And his mother was Buffalo Bill Cody.
Yeah.
It's a very strange story, but true. It's all true. You want to go on to what? Did you? What?
Unless Paul's got another story. I mean, we kind of stepped all over him with the Beatles.
Who cares? Let's move.
I
Do you-
don't care.
Do you have a good story?
I
Do you
was
have a
just
good
gonna
music
say that
story?
it's,
Is Bruce Springsteen and you know
Do we need to talk about him? I just want to say Morgan Wallen's new album is already Spotify's most streamed country record
good
of
for
the year.
him. Good for him. You know, he worked so hard. Good for him. You know, finally that guy got a break, and I'm happy for him. Let's do this.
It's time for studies, surveys, and polls on the von Hessler Doctrine.
Woo!
Wow.
Huh? Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Woo! It's not wow.
Whoa.
People will be like, man, they were bickering a lot on today's show. I don't know. I like that. The von Hessler doctrinaires, they were all bickering with one another.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wee wow. Whoa, wee wow.
It's usually just autumn.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it is. We're always complaining.
Sip that tea.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
You just burped on
I
air.
did not mean to, but
If
you know
that
what?
had been one of
no,
us,
it's
oh
not.
my
no,
goodness.
it's not a shock jock burp on air because I didn't know I was going to do it. I just did it.
If it had been one of us, we would have been scolded for an entire
Well,
segment.
hell yeah. As you know, when it comes to a highfalutin talk show, only the host has the right to burp on the air. That's the first time.
Only I burp, Robin.
Yeah.
Only I burp.
10 years. 10 years I've been doing this. That's the first burp. So it's not part of my shtick. It just was part of that moment. Why am I apologizing to people? Hey,
You owe
you know
it
what?
to us.
You know what? The audience has got to stop putting me on a pedestal. I burp too, okay? I'm just like you.
I'm with you, Eric. I burp constantly.
Your wife hates it too.
I don't care what she thinks.
I don't care either. We're together, me and you.
She likes the paycheck. She'll shut her mouth and
That's
let me
damn
burp.
right. Yeah, she doesn't mind you using the credit card now, does she?
Yeah, maybe she'll stop making everything with radishes.
Yeah, how about that? She makes everything with radish.
Everything. Pie, cake.
Radish pie, huh?
Radish steaks.
Autumn, do you make it? I remember for a while you were like, when you were a wifely kind of person, you were like baking things and stuff. And you still do that, or did you just like leave that
Yeah.
behind?
You still make bread?
I mean,
Did you leave that behind with your marriage certificate?
Here's
No,
the bread
sometimes I
maker.
still do that.
Bye. I remember for a while you were kind of got into it, like you were into like
yeah.
making.
I mean, I got into it because it was a challenge, and I needed to make sure that I could, complete and,
Yeah.
figure out the challenge. I
Were
had to
you
figure it out.
were you a good wife in that way in your wifely years? Like, was dinner always made? Like, were you a good cook and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I never
Yeah,
because
that's
I don't think
partly why I went.
Nuts.
This is not for me.
Yeah. So you were good at it. You just didn't want to do it anymore.
I didn't want to keep doing it forever, and this
Yeah.
is my life. Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Well, that was maybe a little overreaction, but I get what you're
Well,
saying.
it was.
I mean, you will
You know.
eventually die.
We're all going to die.
Yeah, but not with an oven mitt on your head.
She died. Somebody put an oven mitt over her head and
oven-
suffocated her. I
Oh,
knew
Oven mitt Fisher.
she needed to get out of that kitchen, and she knew it. She knew it was a dangerous place to be, and nobody listened because she was a woman, and it was a different time.
It was.
It was
You
a
didn't have
different time.
to listen to them then 6 years ago.
You still have that old '70s dude in you.
Yeah.
You do.
Tim's a
no,
bro.
No, I mean, honestly.
Tim's a bro.
Look behind you.
Hey, I didn't sign up for this. At least trim.
Oh, I'm sure the audience.
Boy, oh boy, these are good-looking guys.
No, he's not. He's too hairy. The joy of sex guy. King of life. His beard. Hasn't showered in a month.
I'm thinking to myself, if I was in my car driving around.
I'd be laughing in my ass off.
I'd be like, oh, maybe.
What is this?
No, don't think about what the audience thinks. You should just
Yeah.
go with what's good, what's happening, what feels good.
You're saying
for
to
us.
hell with the audience is what you're saying.
No,
Yeah,
because
okay.
I think that you. All right, maybe for you need to say to hell with the audience
Mhm.
because you think that the audience thinks it's bad. Because I don't think the audience thinks it's
No, I just wonder. I'm sure some people like
I
shows
don't
like
wondering.
this. And well, what's wrong with wondering? Are you saying stop having curiosity? Stop.
Yeah, stop thinking about what anybody thinks and just go for it.
You know what?
Care
You know
about
what?
we think.
I can't drop the audience and stop thinking about the audience the way you stop thinking about making a great apple pie because you just didn't want to do it anymore. Some of us accept the responsibilities of obligation.
You know what we need, honestly?
Suckers.
We need a monitor in here that shows like the actual count of people that are listening at each time. It's like how many
I
men,
know
how
how
many
many-
women,
I know.
and then have the ages and just show them like whether they're jumping in, whether they're jumping out.
And then
I
we
know.
can do all of our content explicitly for them.
I know exactly the number of people who are listening. A lot. A lot is, I think the mathematical term is a lot.
That's a lot.
Alex Williams says there's a big rig trouble on 75 in Marietta.
Yeah, watching this one on the Jam Cam, Eric, this big rig is conked out in the second left lane, 75 northbound, Highway 5, exit 267, putting extra pressure on that ride up through Marietta. Also, heads up, seeing extra traffic on Highway 92 in the Woodstock area, east of I-75, due to some graduations going on at the First Baptist Church of Woodstock, so be mindful of that right around Trickham Road and Nice Road. Also watching brake lights on 285, the inner loop in DeKalb County, Kobe Dawkins.
Yeah, it's leaving Sandy Springs from Georgia 400. You're seeing tough delays getting through Spaghetti Junction, I-85, and you find no relief until you get past the Stone Mountain Freeway. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any H system maker and model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
So you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best. It's Mark Aram here. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair's completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix your hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with a team that's redefined hair restoration. And don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
I'm fixing to tell you something that the insurance industry does not want you to ever hear. Bullies often delay and deny. I see them sitting on premiums paid and making money and dragging it out for as long as they can. Many times, we're forced to take them to court. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Their high-paid lobbyists are on a mission to make sure that at trial, jurors are not allowed to learn that the at-fault party has insurance, and in some cases, lots of it. I can think of no case in all my years where there was no insurance for the at-fault party. So let's fight back. It's all these bullies understand. Tell everybody you know the truth. If you've been injured in a car crash or hurt at a store or business, visit forthepeople.com. We're here 24/7. It's that easy. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan Atlanta, 191 Peachtree Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Dial pound law. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Going back to college, I have sent my father Omaha Steaks for Father's Day because who doesn't love steak? Dads love steak. A recent survey showed 75% of Americans agree there's no better way than to spend Father's Day than grilling with the family. Dads love to grill. I remember some great memories as a kid of my dad grilling. Now I do. And I get him Omaha Steaks, and you can too. Shop omahasteaks.com and give your dad the legendary Heartland quality he deserves. Plus, My listeners get an extra $35 off when you put Eric in, E-R-I-C-K, as your promo code at checkout. Unbelievable quality from Omaha Steaks. I am a longtime gift giver of Omaha Steaks. My dad loves Omaha Steaks. Your dad will too. Go to omahasteaks.com, load up your cart with deliciousness, get $35 off, minimum order required, when you use promo code ERIC at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com. You'll get an extra $35 off with promo code ERIC at checkout. Your dad will love you for it.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top story: charges are filed on the deadly shooting at the Jewish embassy in Washington, D.C.
CBS News special report. The man accused of murdering 2 Israeli embassy staff members after an event in Washington last night is facing first-degree murder charges. U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Janine Pirro.
There are several felony firearms charges for discharging a firearm in the middle of a violent crime and for causing the death of an individual through the use of that firearm.
She says the attack will be investigated as a hate crime. Witness Jonathan Epstein describes what he saw last night.
We're about to exit, and then a man had just come through screaming and yelling about his shoulder being dislocated. And then there's something said about gunshots, and then this all happened very quickly. Security took us into a safer area, away from the entrance, away from the windows.
The suspect allegedly told police after the shooting, "I did it for Palestine, I did it for Gaza." CBS News special report, I'm Wendy Gillette.
Eitan Davidson, Southeast Regional Director of the Anti-Defamation League, says attacks on Jews are on the rise.
In 2024, ADL documented over 9,000 anti-Semitic incidents in the United States, which is an all-time high since we started keeping track of this data in the late 1970s.
He says these kind of attacks usually lead to more. It is 82 degrees in Atlanta, plenty of sun again tomorrow, but what about the holiday weekend? Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. A mother is facing child cruelty charges after her 3-year-old son is found wandering on Beltford Road in southeast Atlanta at night. A neighbor called 911 to report a crying little boy outside his house.
You hit your head, little man? Look, he got some blood on his head.
Atlanta police arrest Lakeisha Holmes along with the child's stepfather, Andre Roundtree. The child was suffering from malnutrition with minor scratches and lacerations. He is at Hughes Spalding Hospital. Thousands of costume-wearing animation lovers will pack downtown Atlanta the next several days for MomoCon.
60,000 people are expected to attend the convention, which MomoCon's Renee Cooper says is an exciting milestone.
Record-breaking for ourselves, and it's really exciting because this is our 20th anniversary.
The event celebrates cosplay, animation, music, and gaming. Ian has been coming here for nearly a decade.
It's something to look forward to every year where I get to commune with my people and just get to talk to everybody who likes a lot of stuff that I like.
The convention is expected to have a more than $42 million economic impact on Atlanta. At MomoCon, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
With the unofficial start of summer coming this weekend, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is now reducing the number of recreation sites on Lake Lanier to be temporarily closed. Georgia Congressman Rich McCormick says all boat ramps will remain open and 11 recreational sites will close temporarily, not the 21 originally planned. Lake Lanier's Stacy Dixon says any closures this time of the year are bad.
Closures of parks with the Corps of Engineers has hit at this kind of peak buildup of when visitors will start to come to the lake.
Lake Lanier has more than 70 recreational areas. It may be a good weekend to go to the movies.
Well, it's still May, but the summer blockbuster season begins now at the nation's theaters, and it's expected to kick off in a very big way. Disney's live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch forecast to rake in $165 million from Friday to Monday. The Tom Cruise film from Paramount, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, is expected to make $55 million. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
It's graduation night for the seniors at Appalachian High School. There is a ceremony that starts at 8 o'clock. Walking along with those graduating seniors tonight are the school's 3 therapy dogs who have been part of the school's fabric since the deadly shooting that killed 4 people last September. It is now 6:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Picked up a stall in West Atlanta. Luckily, no big delays associated associated with it, but in a bad spot coming around a curve. I-20 eastbound, Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, exit 53. Look out for the Hero unit that is sitting in that right lane. If you're traveling 285 westbound, the outer loop, still some brake lights starting in Sandy Springs right around Georgia 400. As you make your way over to I-75 in Cobb, it stays sluggish southbound through Smyrna Vinings. Toughest part of the perimeter into Caddo County is east and southbound the inner loop from Buford Highway, breaking free once you get down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway. Still watching this trouble on I-75 in Cobb County. Kobe Dawkins.
And it's a stalled big rig. It continues to knock out your left center lane, 75 northbound at Highway 5, exit 267, adding to the delays stretching past the South 120 loop. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies this evening, sunset around 8:30. Temperatures in the upper 70s at that time and breezy with wind gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. Lows tonight in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 79. Saturday, clouds return and a few isolated pop-up showers can't be ruled out, high near 80. Sunday and Monday, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Morning lows in the 60s, daytime highs in the mid-80s.
78 now in Dunwoody. It's 82 in Midtown Atlanta, 83 in Noonan. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Okay, so I want to tell you guys about the Memorial Day tent sale at Georgia Spa Company. So you've been thinking about getting a hot tub or a sauna, maybe a swim spa, even a cold plunge. Those are huge these days. Well, you're not going to find a better time of year to save thousands bringing that relaxation home. Now look, the Georgia Spa Company Memorial Day tent sale is going to end on Memorial Day. Visit GeorgiaSpaCompany.com to find the showroom near you. So come on out today to save thousands at Georgia Spa Company's Memorial Day tent sale.
Mom and Dad seemed different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin. Book now and save up to 40% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Motorcycle riders are a different breed and they need a different type of attorney. SteelHorseLaw.com.
D. Geller & Sons Memorial Day Open Vault Sale is here. Now through Sunday, classic pieces like diamond studs and pearl necklaces, now an extra 25% off. One-of-a-kind gemstone jewelry we've never put on display, 25% off. We have incredible wedding band sets in the cases at 25% off. Plus, since D. Geller & Son is a veteran-run company, we're doubling our military discount now through Sunday in Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and shop the sale online at dgeller.com. Some designer exclusions may apply.
Hope. It's more than a word. It's a breakthrough in the making. At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, with teams of experts working together to personalize a treatment plan right down to your DNA with unprecedented speed, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
I know we opened study surveys and polls and didn't do a single one of them, but we have had breaking news since then that I really don't quite understand the world that I live in now. So, what is the breaking news, Jared Yamamoto?
The Trump administration is barring Harvard from enrolling foreign students.
Now, more than that, I just turned up the 24-hour news there for a moment. And more than that, so I think 27% of the student body of Harvard is foreign. As part of this, what they're telling that 27% is they have to find a different school in America to go to, or they have to go back home.
That's right. It says in the quote here, Harvard can no longer enroll foreign students, and existing foreign students must transfer or lose their legal status.
Why does he do things that he can't do?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the Constitution. I don't know what
He's
his
got to
lawyer.
be trying to find precedent.
There's somebody some lawyer saying, yeah, this is the way that we can do it, and I don't know enough about that part of the law to know, but it's just really, and I get what they had a statement that was like, this once great institution is now being turned over to anti-Americanism, anti-Semitism, anti-this, anti-that. You're bringing people who don't have a good feeling about the country, whatever. And that's like rhetoric. And the thing about political rhetoric is maybe there's a little bit of truth in there. Maybe if you go back to 1975 and compared the foreign student body compared to now, maybe you would find that there were less foreigners who were espousing anti-Americanism or whatever. Maybe there's some truth to that, but we can't know. It's not everybody. It's not most. Probably I have no idea what the breakdown is, and my gut reaction is probably they will not be able to do this. But how do you transfer 27% of your student body to other schools before the fall? It's real. You know what? We're really in a situation where the last president didn't have enough energy. This one has too much energy. Can the next president from whatever party just be a low-key, competent?
Hey, man.
Yeah,
gotta chill, right?
No, because listen, because I know a lot of people for a long time have been talking about Harvard's student body being too foreign, and it's finally time someone did something about it, and now my life is going to be better.
It's going to be better. Now, I don't think he's saying you're not bringing in the right foreigners. Which is, now here's the thing. Now I understand, like I say, when there's a kernel of truth and everything, but the Constitution doesn't cover this. But I do understand when people would say it's rude. It's rude to come to a country, go to their best institution, and then spend your time while you're in that foreign country, not your country, complaining and rallying. And it's like at a certain level, I agree with that. That is rude. I went to Spain. I wasn't telling people, "Hey, your government is wrong." I didn't get TV
The Portuguese
time.
are so much better.
I didn't like.
But is it wrong to assume that it's American students who are complaining?
No, it's not. But there are also foreign students. I mean, some of these people that they're rounding up unconstitutionally, I believe, are here as foreign students, and I get it, and I agree with anybody who thinks that that's rude. But and I agree with that. It's not nice. But is it in the Constitution that you can't do it? Because ultimately, that thing is more important than your opinion or my opinion or all of our opinions together. And in the Constitution, it doesn't say if you're invited to America, you can't be rude.
We also should be the shining beacon on the hill for free speech around the world.
Right.
And
but
just
it's kind of a weird thing to go to a country and then
a weird thing,
advocate against that country.
But I would much rather have people come to this country and say, wow, like look back at their college years and say, it was unbelievable that I was able to.
They let us get away with anything.
They let us say these terrible things about them.
I started a newspaper about what a horrible country they were.
And
wow,
now,
those guys are great.
As long as it didn't hurt anybody.
Now that we're in power and we're rounding up all the conservatives, I feel pretty good about my time at Harvard.
That's the thing MAGA just doesn't seem to understand, or they don't want to see. Everything that he's doing without Congress and defying the courts, the next president or the president after them, the precedent will be there. And when it's somebody you don't like doing things that you don't like, they go, hey, Trump did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're just going to, you know what?
Point right back to it.
Congress is useless. We'll battle the courts as we go. And we're simply, from this point on, whatever your point of view is, once you get there, you just shove that down everybody's throat through executive orders. I mean, Congress does nothing.
Well, the House is sleepy right now. They were up until 2 a.m. with the big, beautiful bill.
Oh, yeah. The fact
It's so hard to stay up till 2.
Oh, well, they're up all night. They're 90 for heaven's sakes. You know, so it's a little bit rough.
That's elder abuse.
But they do nothing.
They do nothing except for this. They have to, and they're doing as usual at the last minute. And we had to raise the debt ceiling to get it done, and all of this stuff. Yeah, I mean that's all they do. They have even obligations. They're like college students. They cram at the last second to get things done.
Congress needs a better AI. That's what it is. That way they can cheat.
They might as well be AI. Just to have
probably do better if they were AI.
That great show that nobody else liked but me that was on HBO called The Avenue. They were stuck in outer space, but back on Earth at that time in the future, the White House was in Buffalo. And it was just a little computer.
Yeah,
it was just, that's kind of the future that we need. Because you know what? Obviously, people can't handle the job anymore. Nobody knows how to get there without acting a fool along the way. It's just really, It's insane what's going on right now.
Is the great experiment over? We should call it.
Not yet. Not quite yet.
Unless,
Don't worry, millennials will fix this.
Unless,
I mean, we could yassify the government finally if these old people would get out of the way.
Yeah, that's right. If they would just let us have control.
Like, yes,
we'd be okay.
Queen, get those bills, girl.
Yeah, when
we
you
have a
just
couple people like that in there right now.
Yeah, we gotta.
I would love. Let's get more.
It's starting to get
Let's
better.
just shake it out. Let's see what else. Let's see what the youths can do.
She wants us to change the Constitution so Andy Cohen can run for president, and then the whole world will
Let's
just
have a
be a reality
reunion
show.
after every bill is passed.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? Like when
Right.
she said that to you, like how'd that make you feel?
And when he called point of order, I didn't know what to do, and I figured out I'd just wait.
The boomers are like pit bulls right now. They're just clamped down on power right now. They
Hey,
will
I'm a
not let
boomer.
go. I know you are.
Yeah, get out of here.
You're on the younger end.
I'm as good, more than young. I'm the last year. I'm really. I'm not like
You're a
Autumn.
cusper.
No, that's Autumn because she doesn't want to be called a millennial or something.
I'm not. I don't identify
She's a zennial.
with people.
Who cares?
Yes.
What, you don't identify with what?
Accent.
I don't identify with people who are considered millennials. I'm not like listening to EDM. Like Jared's a millennial. I don't identify with his lifestyle.
Oh, you're
or,
saying
like,
you have good taste in music, so you can't be a millennial, right?
You
Right.
said that. I didn't say that.
Well, I think you have pretty good taste in music. Not as good as me, but then again, I'm alone.
No, I'm saying I have good. I'm saying I was.
Did
trying
you
not to
say that?
something
Did
against
you?
Jared?
Oh, you were trying to, and I
I was trying
forgot.
to be nice to Jared.
Hey guys, I'm right here.
Were you
Oh,
trying to?
hey, Jared.
Hey guys,
What's
what y'all saying?
What do you,
Did I miss the
Hey.
opportunity to help you bully Jared? Did I miss that?
no, you.
I'm slipping.
No, come on. See, this is why boomers got to get out.
Exactly.
Of
See,
the way.
gotta
We
let
all
go
know
of that
what's going
jaw.
on.
You're just gripping onto power. Let go of it.
Hey,
Let
who
go.
was I being? I was being nice to who, being mean to who? What?
All right. No, I'm not going. I'm not going to traffic yet. Tell me what I missed. So, what was the joke? What was the joke?
It was.
What was the what was the thing? Go ahead.
So I said
Yeah.
that I don't identify with Jared because he is a millennial,
Right.
and I don't consider myself a millennial. And you said, "Oh, it's because you have good taste in music," implying that Jared has bad taste in music. And so
Right.
I said, you said it, I didn't say it, and then that was the joke because like I wasn't gonna go against Jared.
I still don't get it.
Oh,
I get it.
Am I
I get it,
slipping?
Autumn.
Am I
You want a
slipping?
juice box? You thirsty?
They, the first thing you lose is a little bit of their sense of humor.
Where's
say.
my water?
Next thing you know,
You
you
want a
can't.
Red Bull?
Water.
You want a baby bowl?
Pudding is what I want.
Pudding.
Red Bull
You
pudding.
can't have any pudding.
Red
Alex.
Bull pudding. That's what the true millennials will be getting at the
Yeah,
we have monster pudding. We have Red Bull.
the most agitated seniors ever. Alex,
prostate.
Alex Williams says the ride is slow through downtown.
Yeah, still trying to recover from this afternoon commute, Eric. 400 southbound, the brake lights find you right around Lennox Road. Not as bad getting down to I-85, but it's definitely still slow. 75 southbound, brake lights start around Moore's Mill, and it stays slow. 75, 85 southbound, the brake lights continue down toward I-20. Northbound, not a good ride. 75, 85 northbound, packed in. Highway 166, Langford Parkway up past Peachtree, Pine Street. And we're still watching this big rig trouble on I-75 in Marietta, Kobe Dawkins.
And it's going northbound right before Highway 5, exit 267. Stalled big rig now knocking out 2 left lanes. You can avoid it by taking the express lanes or Highway 41 as alternates. And this report is sponsored by Georgia Commute Options. With Georgia Commute Options, you can get more out of every mile. Earn prizes, gift cards, and other cool deals when you switch from driving alone to a cleaner trip. More at mygco.com. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
More local news.
Wild scene at a Covington Walmart after an employee.
More traffic.
85 south out of Brookhaven, crowded beginning past Claremont.
More weather. The Sunnyside community may have been impacted by this tornado.
Atlanta's morning news.
Tomorrow morning
This is a complicated, controversial subject.
Wake up with 95.5 WSB.
How Atlanta starts its day.
Well, I bet it is safe to say you are sick and tired of home services companies that don't show up on time, don't get it right, ghost you then when you need them later. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. I don't have to worry about any of that because I only trust TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. TE Certified is a well-oiled machine with the highest level of communication and follow-up. They're on time, friendly, and fully stocked.
TE certified. We love your home.
Is thinning hair or receding hairline making you self-conscious? Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow by New Nordic. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com or in stores at your local CVS.
When my grandfather, Jim Ellis, started our business in 1971, he knew it would be difficult to please every customer. However, that didn't stop him from trying. Hi, I'm Stacy Ellis, Vice President of the Jim Ellis Automotive Group. For over 50 years, we've built our reputation on honesty, effort, and doing what's best for our customers. That means transparent pricing and a commitment to making your car buying experience quick, easy, and convenient. We work hard to help you find the right car at the right price with a shopping experience designed around you, whether you shop in person or online at jimellis.com. Are we perfect? No. Sometimes things don't go as smoothly as we hope. Maybe there's a miscommunication or an unforeseen hiccup. We get it. When that happens, we don't make excuses, we work to make it right. That's why last year we earned nearly 14,000 positive reviews from customers who trust us to do the right thing. When you're ready for your next vehicle, trust the name that's been doing right by customers for more than 50 years. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
Hey, it's Belinda for the board-certified plastic surgeons at Marietta Plastic Surgery. I've trusted their team for years. Doctors West, McNeil, Hanna, and Biswas have been serving the Atlanta area for over 25 years with expert surgical and non-surgical care. With warmer weather on the way, are you summer ready? Marietta Plastic Surgery is here to help you look and feel your best. They now offer Awake Liposuction, a less invasive way to sculpt your body with less downtime. And their med spa still has all your go-to treatments like Botox and fillers, microneedling, Diamond Glow, hydrofacials, and Morpheus 8 for radiant, glowing skin. Looking to restore thinning hair or reshape your hairline? Marietta Plastic Surgery is the only practice in the region that offers the gold standard in hair restoration, the Foundation Aesthetic Hair Restoration Method. Visit MariettaPlasticSurgery.com to schedule your consultation today.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, send your cards and letters to WSB Radio, care of Jared Yamamoto, and blame him, because this is the way that I see it. It must have been 40 some odd minutes ago I opened up studies, surveys, and polls, and this Jared Yamamoto has not gotten to one study, one survey, or one poll.
I blame the host.
I blame Yamamoto.
Doesn't the producer have control over that?
Yeah, I think I got a little thing in my ear, and he's supposed to tell me to move on to the next thing, and he didn't.
Study, survey, poll.
And I think it's too late now.
I'll give you a choice here.
What do you got? You got something? Oh, now you want to do it. We're almost off the air, by the way.
Here's your study that you can choose from. People with more nature in their neighborhood smoke and drink less. Study finds.
Oh, please.
Or
kiss me green. Go ahead, yes.
Nearly half of Gen Zers admit to lying on job applications. Survey
You
finds.
have to.
Yes.
Why do you have to? Yeah.
Because you can't get past the algorithms now.
I'm a Native American. So they put on everyone.
Is that how? What exactly do you mean? Why if you tell the truth, why can't you?
Because bots go through the first round of applications, and if you don't have specific things on the application, like if you put real things in there, they're not going to pick you. You're not going to make it past the first round. So you have to put stuff in there like, I increased whatever by whatever percent.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you lie all.
Well, people do lie all the time. I remember when I
also,
first.
a little bit of lying is fine.
It's called fibbing, right? Not lying. Fibbing is, fibbing is a lie that doesn't hurt, right? That's why I always, fibbing is just a way to go along to get along. Kind of thing.
To Autumn's point, we didn't get to this audio last week, but there was a TikToker named It's Ken, and she was applying.
It's Ken and she.
It's
Kenshi.
It's Kenshi, yes.
Kimchi?
And she was applying for a gym. And
a gym?
A gym, like GYM, a gym.
A gym. Okay.
A guy.
And at this, because of the first round, it's an AI interview that she had to go through at first. And during the AI interview, it just starts glitching out in the middle of it. Listen to this.
Well, those, that's different.
No Pilates, vertical bar, Pilates, vertical bar, Pilates, vertical bar, Pilates, vertical bar, Pilates, vertical bar.
What now?
vertical
How
bar,
do,
Pilates.
I don't get the setup there.
So she's in the interviews. So if you make it past the first round, then you get an interview.
Yes.
And some of the interviews are done through AI.
Yes.
So they've put like a script in for the AI to ask you, but if it glitches out or if it's like misread or if like the file isn't correct, then it will just go like
So this.
Well, you should just answer that way. So, yes, I do.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, I
Play
do.
the game.
Yes, I do.
Literally, so she says it went on for 10 minutes, and she just captured like a minute of it, but it just starts saying.
No Pilates, vertical bar, Pilates, vertical bar, Pilates, vertical bar, Pilates.
Why would it be
vertical
asking you
bar,
about
Pilates,
Pilates?
Because it's part of the gym.
Oh, the gym, right? Okay,
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I kept
gym.
thinking she was.
The gym.
I thought she was applying for a job at the gym. What he said.
Jim.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Jared won't care about this, or George probably. Although George is kind of an old soul, but it was on this date in, I believe, 1992.
Mm-hmm.
Last episode of the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Wow.
Who?
Thank you very much. By the way, that's when I first knew that I was getting old. When I was like 38 or 39 years old, we had interns, and I was just in a conversation I just brought up, and Johnny Carson was just part of the thing. And I looked at three people who were in the room that were like 19 at the time, and they were just blank. And I said, at 37, I was like, oh, this is happening.
Yes.
That's called a generation gap. And I've never imagined. It was the first time that's the first time I'd ever been talking to people, and suddenly they didn't know who I was talking about. Somebody who was wildly famous, and every human in America knew who he was.
With how connected the world is now, I feel like there's going to be less of that.
Well, also niched out. More than connected,
really
just
niche.
niched out. I mean, Taylor Swift is the biggest superstar in music, but if you stop 10 people on the street and ask them to sing a little bit of 5 songs, most of them would not be able to. She's just actually, being a superstar now is just the biggest niche. So, yeah, nobody's going to be all that big. Except for me. I think I'm going to survive the ages. I think they'll be talking about this show 150, 200 years from now.
Hands down.
Long after they forget that woman, Taylor Swift.
I thought you meant Autumn.
Not her.
Like, I like it.
No, I didn't mean. No, of course they'll be singing.
that woman.
They'll be singing your praises until the end of time, my dear. Speaking of the end of time, that music is telling us two things: shut the hell up, get the hell out. You know us. We do what we're told. Shelley Winter's up next with a great radio show for you. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us. Until then, continue on the journey. Don't